So I can just leave now, right?
It's the best super. Think about this: you have a GURPS character that teleports whenever they poop, but it's to where you can only teleport to places you have pooped before. It's at random, and yeah, you have to trigger it whenever you poop.
No.
So, like we said, this is actually a curse.
Yeah. Anyway, the record.
It's worth negative 50 points in GURPS.
I would take that. I would so take that as a negative 50 disadvantage if I could buy
And
other
the GM,
advantages.
if he's smart, will ban it because it will just cause endless disruption in the party.
By the way, if anybody...
I don't know. I think I would add one more point to the curse if I were the GM in this. You bring everyone you care about along with you.
Also naked. Also naked.
What is he?
Also, everybody is naked because you can't carry items.
No. They get their stuff, but you don't.
If
No, this is a curse. The amount of prep work you need to do is insane to make this
Oh
awesome.
yeah, this is definitely a curse.
Next time you run a GURPS game, I'm building this. Won't even be hard.
I recommend you not let this happen, Nick.
He's let me build a lot of
No,
really...
that is it. If it's within the setting, sure. There are very few settings in which this would be within the setting.
Worm.
No.
Even for Worm, that would not be a thing.
In any case, we've started the recording. So, yay.
When?
Oh, well, I'm so glad we've recorded all of this.
This clearly will win over all of your viewers.
So where can we download this podcast?
On YouTube, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So,
We are useful people.
So, everybody, welcome back to Session 5 of Kingdom Hearts RPG.
It's nothing but shit.
Death by Waking, it's nothing but shit! Yeah, I know. Anyway, who wants to give a recap of what happened last time?
Combat.
Gummy bears were bouncing here and there and everywhere, filled with darkness and
greatest
beyond
hero-
repair.
The
You
greatest
killed
hero
the
of them
best
all
character you've ever
Yes.
created.
killed himself.
The greatest
Rather
hero
than-
gave his life, and now we must leave, for we will grieve eternally otherwise.
You can only...
Orion tried to convince the small child to kill himself instead.
So what is wrong with
So
you?
did Dr. Boy, to be fair.
Dr. Boy!
You know,
Was
it's kind
trying
of
to
telling
stop
that when I
John
shouted
Cena.
for someone to maybe do this, you two were the ones who actually took me up on that.
Dan, I'm giving you a little bit more of a pass because Dr. Boy instead mostly tried to just hold back John Cena, while Orion explicitly tried to explicitly kill trick the small child into trying to kill himself.
That's a lot of
This is
finger
true.
pointing right there, Sean, even though you definitely had your summon say the same thing.
Yes.
Yes, I know, but my summon is explicitly an asshole.
It's like saying that Jagon and Hitu were explicitly assholes versus small, impressionable child.
Oh, no, knowing where Sean's character is from, I totally buy that.
I mean, Hiju was still kind of an asshole even without the wolf.
Yeah.
See, Sean gets a pass. I apparently can't. It's okay. I control your
You
fate.
took my master's sword, you asshole.
We don't have
Stab
Ziggy in this
yourself with
game,
it.
and yet Izzy still gets all the shit.
It's true.
You did steal my Megazord in that game as well.
No, I didn't. I stole your brain. You still had control of the Megazord.
Oh,
I got-
I don't know what's going on anymore.
We'll explain that later.
Yeah. So, where did we leave off? Right, you guys were all in the Dark Lord's castle, in the Dark Realm. All the darkness had been pulled back in. The Horned King had become a giant gaseous cloud that had then been sucked into the Black Cauldron along with all the darkness that were surrounding the men. And now you guys are full in a chamber with a bunch of unconscious people, several gummy bears who are conscious, and Princess Kala.
And one corpse.
And one corpse, yes. And Mocha, who is still around. And the Black Cauldron has just disappeared into a portal.
Actually,
That's not great.
I don't know if the cauldron exists yet, so we'd eventually come back to see everybody.
So yeah, again, this world is for the most part done. This is giving you guys a little bit of time to RP, and then we're gonna wrap it up, and then you guys get to pick where you want your next adventure to be.
So where's this pot full of darkness everyone was screaming about?
It
Not
fallen
here.
into
kind
a
of
hole.
it kind of fell into a portal, and then the portal went away.
A
God,
reality hole.
give me a second.
That's not good.
Open doorway to darkness.
Roll it.
Are we sure we want to get this thing back?
I'm sure I don't want it to wind up sitting in there.
I'm pretty sure it is the thing of try to get it before someone bad gets it. Considering how bad this was.
Yep. All right. So, Muriala manages to open up a portal to darkness. About where I'm assuming you guys told Muriala where the portal spawned, Orion, Dr.
Yeah.
Boy? Yeah, so you managed to open up a portal, and, well, I guess perception check.
Is that just for Mariala?
Well, anybody who wants to
Is
say that...
anyone joining me?
Like,
Sure, I'll stick my head in a dark hole.
Yeah,
I'm
that's-
pretty sure that's going to go poorly, so I will just keep my head in a book where things are only slightly less bad.
I pass by 6.
And I'd buy 3.
Oh, joy. Guess what you see on the other end of that portal, Graveless?
Magica taking the cauldron.
Look on the screen.
Oh,
Oh, fun!
Is the cauldron there?
The cauldron does not appear to be anywhere nearby, but you see these two things. This thing is like 1/10 the size of the scale that it should be, by the way.
And grab Webby, pull Webby out, close the portal.
nope.
Yeah.
Just nope.
Whoa!
FYI, they did notice you and were heading towards your hole in the wall. Before
And I'm
you
assuming we
closed it.
did not see the cauldron anywhere.
You did not. There was no sign of the cauldron within the Dark Realm.
Well, hopefully the Heartless ate it.
Uh,
That would be better than it winding up in the hands of, I don't know, someone like this again.
I mean, hopefully, yes. Realistically, let's be honest here.
Yeah, that's fair. However, there's a pair of really strong Heartless on the other side of that, so let's not go back there.
Fair enough. As long as they can't make it into this world.
Oh, right, Webby, you're really hurt. Zap.
I think you just got
I have
healed.
been zapped.
Heal 8 HP.
That's all of it.
All your HP or all your damage?
All of my HP.
Oh, okay.
Is anyone else hurt?
A little.
2 HP for Mute.
That almost fully heals me, and I should be fine getting the rest back.
I'm also a bit dinged up.
2. Critical hit for Dr. Boy!
Well,
Dr.
That's
Boy,
good.
go, Dr. Boy, go back to max HP.
all right. Well, there's only 2 off of max, so awesome.
I am kind of exhausted right now.
More difficult. How much FP do I have left after that? 3 FP for Coco.
You giving me 3?
Yep. I don't actually have that much left currently.
Oh, yay. Less exhausted.
Woohoo!
Alright, we should get back to the castle sooner rather than later, in case there's any other dark, creepy monsters in around.
Yeah.
Princess Kala is actually going to ask if you guys would mind escorting herself and her men back home to Castle Dunwyn.
Yeah. Do we know when they're gonna be able to walk? Because I don't think we can carry all the guys.
We have a ship.
We do.
And
in
a
fact, have
chocobo.
Do we want to load everyone onto the ship and do that?
Terran
Do we
already
want
knows
this-
about the ship.
It might as
Yeah.
well.
Okay.
I mean, fuck secrecy at this point.
Secrecy. It's a glorious
But guys,
thing.
what if the cat mask lady is mad at us?
I mean, we don't owe her
Then-
anything.
She can deal.
Fair enough.
Yeah, doesn't matter what they think. Just help out the people that are around you.
Oh, hey, Mocha.
Hello.
I'll be right back. I need to get dinner.
Yeah,
Did you
Mocha's
come
just...
to help?
Not really, no.
Any reason why not?
Because I don't want to.
Because it's more amusing to watch us, right?
Pretty much.
Hey, Terran and Princess Kala, I don't suppose you have, like, a volcano or a waterfall on this world you could point us to at some point.
Princess Kala's gonna, like, shake her head, saying, I don't think we have anything quite like that nearby. The Gummy Bears are gonna mention that there is a waterfall inside of Gummy Glen. But you are all too big to... Well, most of you are too big to go there.
That's
Are
a
we
solvable
sure?
problem.
I feel like Muriel's one of the only ones in the party who'd be too big.
Yeah, Muriala and Coco and Orion are too big to get in there.
This is
Place
a
for
solvable
children.
problem.
Yeah. You need to be Gummy Bear sized. Like, they've mentioned Taran was there a couple of years back, but he was a lot shorter then.
What do you need a waterfall for, Muriala?
So, opening Doorways to Darkness takes a lot of magic, and I like having enough magic gems available to do so if need be, and I'm running low. If we're not immediately going back to Daybroken Town, then stopping by a waterfall is the next best thing.
Okay, well, we'll have to keep our eyes open then.
A really large river could technically work too, but it's not as good.
We'll keep the scanners up as we fly over.
Alright.
I mean, if you have a forest fire, I suppose that could also function.
No, please don't burn down the forest. We really like it. That's gonna be sunny. This one.
Oh, I'm not saying start one, but if one happens to show up, I mean, you might as well make use of it.
Alright. With that being said, the Gummy Bears are going to bid you guys a farewell and start bouncing away as the men are coming to.
Oh dear, can we fit all of their soldiers in our ship? I don't know if we can.
Well, we've
This
all
is a large number of people.
yeah, we have already established that your guys' ship fits an indeterminate number of people. That said, that said, if somebody wants to, I don't know, come up with a better solution to get like 50 men from this castle to another castle.
How long of a walk is it?
It's close to like 100 miles.
So several days.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Like half a week minimum.
Are there any like carriages or anything else in the area? Like, does this castle have a stable?
Roll me a... What would be a good check for this?
Animal handling?
Ask Terran, he's a stable hand.
Or ask Taran.
Terran,
Terran,
horses
Terran,
call,
or-
guys?
Do you know if there's like a stable or anything here to help get all of these guys back to the castle?
Oh yes, there's probably a large stable outside for when the Horned King used to have his soldiers and creatures of the night ride chariots into the land. They were menacing things, but we were able to fight them off because I'm a warrior.
Cool, let's go check out the horses.
Yeah, because even if there's no horses and there's just the carriages, we could potentially just like hook up a bunch of carriages to be pulled by the ship or something. I don't know.
Hey, Dr. Boy, can you make them a bunch of carriages like that?
Well, let's see what they have first, maybe.
I take it
Or, I
down.
don't know, Dr. Good Boy, who did just solve the problem of science?
I mean, I can try.
Okay, so you guys get outside, and you see a couple of carriages that look, I'm going to say, similar to this. You know, fancy royal stuff. Clearly not really used by anything dark. It's covered in dust and doesn't appear as though it's been used in years. You also have more well-used things that look a little bit like this. What's a good image? This is a good image. They look a little bit more like this. Nope, that is wrong. That is not what I wanted to click.
So, Dr. GD Boy, can you turn these into cars?
Eventually, yes. Quickly and with the materials we have on hand, probably not.
Well, they're kind of filthy. Waves a hand, casts the clean spell, and now they're not. So they'll probably be good enough, right?
Well, if we can get enough horses to pull them all, I'm sure I can get them in a good enough repair.
Deer? I don't know. People can, like, sing at animals and make them do things.
I don't.
That seems annoying.
I mean, I
These
guess
guys
we
are
do
all
have.
soldiers, right? Shouldn't they have some ability to know how to do this kind of stuff?
Aren't they mostly conscripts?
We still need to also have the animals on hand.
Yeah, they're mostly people that were just pulled from the village.
Oh, do we not have any horses?
You did not see any horses anywhere nearby.
Well, that
Like-
kind of just kills that idea right out.
I mean,
would it be
I
possible
suppose.
to, like, tie a rope from them to the, like, ship and fly low and pull it?
I was going to say we could potentially rig up some kind of hitch system, or even just carry them underneath us. I'd have to be careful on clearance, but it's
You could do that.
potentially doable.
Roll me a what do you have? Building check, engineering check.
All right.
I don't actually remember what your skill is that would be appropriate for this.
Can I assist
If you want to, sure.
with not tying?
Seems plausible to me.
I tie the best knots.
You do.
All right. Pass by 2.
What skill were you using, Mr. Fast Gadgeteer?
I was going off of Gummy Ship because presumably I'm hooking these up to the ship.
Okay. So, between the two of you, Webby effectively makes a gigantic rope ladder that Dr. Boy manages to secure a bunch of carriages to, so you have, like, a carriage that's really high up, and it kind of just, like, looks like a ladder of carriages that you're putting people into. So, in essence, if your gummy ship is here, notice this, and it's on the ground, you have a bunch of carriages hooked up behind it. And then when you take off, they're all going to be hanging directly below you. Like so.
That'll probably work.
Yeah, we'll just have to manage momentum carefully as we're coming in for landing. We don't want to try to brake suddenly and have them whiplash up into the bottom of the ship.
Alright.
Let's do it. Mocha, you want to come back to Castle Dunwin with us?
Flying's not really my style. I'll see you there. And Mocha's just going to kind of disappear.
Okay, bye. I guess.
You don't have to say bye. I might not even be gone.
Oh, right, I forgot.
Alright, I'm going to kind of speed through this part. Dan, I just want you to make me a piloting check.
All right.
And if everybody could then make me a perception check for while you're...
That's a crit.
Yeah, you fly the shit out of these people.
Yeah.
Those people are so flown.
They are
So very, very
they are
fun.
flown. All right. So let's see. I just need to know who passed, who failed, and by how much.
I passed
Passed by
perception by
5.
6.
I failed.
I also
That's
failed.
actually by 1.
Okay. So,
Actually, I wonder. A minute.
so for those of you who failed,
That's a useful thing. You can roll and get how much you pass by doing the number of your skill minus 3d6.
huh?
Funky.
Yep, it even gives negatives for failures.
Cool. Alrighty. So first thing, everybody who failed, you're just preoccupied in the ship by something. Wex, did you fail or did you pass?
I failed.
Okay.
Did I roll or am I just piloting?
You can also roll perception. Those of you who failed are probably focused on the chocobo, like jumping around the ship. Still, clearly not at ease in this thing. I'm assuming that means Orion, because Orion's the other one who failed.
Yep.
The two of you have some nice bonding time.
That makes me jump around even more.
I figured, which is why I said it. To everybody who passed, one thing that you guys are all noticing clearly, distinctly, is that dark cloud that was centered on that castle that covered half of the entire planet appears to have dissipated. And as you guys leave the castle and get into the gummy ship, you're actually noticing that there is sunlight in this area, which was not the case when you entered earlier. Did anybody pass by 4 or more?
I did.
Oh. Only
I
Dr.
did as well. I passed by 6 for perception.
Okay.
My original roll was passed by 5.
Okay, so you three. As you guys are flying overhead, you remember how I described the terrain? How there was like jagged stalactites that had like very sharp edges?
Yep.
Those stalactites have kind of cracked and transformed. And rather than them being made of stone anymore, the outer crust has kind of fallen off and revealed several large crystals in varying arrays that kind of connect this castle back to the border where Igthorn's castle at Drekmore was. And for anybody who has any sense of magic, it appears as though these crystals are charged with mana. Not a lot of mana considering how large they are. Some of them are bigger than your ship, but they do have a small charge of magic to them.
Can we stop by those? They look interesting.
Wouldn't it be
Given
better
how
to
we're
stop by
hit-
them after we drop everyone off?
Yeah, given how we're hitched up, I really would rather not slow the ship down right now.
I'm not sure how long we have. I'll go check them out myself.
Splitting the party, you ass.
I mean, it's not going to last very long. It is mostly just probably determining these are low quality and these are low quality. Take some mana in them, use it to restore some of my stocks, and that's about it.
When I said minimal amount, I mean like stuff the size of your ship. Like the gummy ship has got like 5 mana in them.
Drain it, use it to restore some of my shit.
Okay, you can do that. It appears to slowly be regenerating. Like, these are naturally occurring mana crystals, completely unrefined. And there's a lot
Take
of
a
them.
small fragment for further study.
Okay,
Funky.
you may do that. It holds no mana.
Oh yeah, no, like, it's just something I'm taking for further study.
Okay, fair enough. Anyway, the gummy ship is going to very quickly get back to Castle Dunwyn. And you guys are going to notice that all the people in the town, all the women and children, are going to be coming out and like looking at this strange flying device that is overhead of their village.
So I think we just broke the rule with those masked people.
Probably.
I will eventually return as a bird. This will probably take like an hour.
Well, given that they didn't really make any significant demands of us, I don't think we have to worry about it too much. In any
I think
case,
it probably still counts.
Yeah.
I mean, how else are we gonna get those people home?
Make me one more piloting check just to make sure you can like properly drop each carriage, move a little bit forward, drop the next one, and keep doing that until they're all done.
Yeah. Oh, that's a fail by 1.
Oof. Okay. So you get the first couple of carriages down, and people are starting to get out of them, no problem. And then you get distracted, and the third one kind of just like comes crashing down. The wheels go flying outwards. People start panicking, screaming. The next carriage drops on top of that first one, and then your ship kind of veers off and crushes a cottage.
That's not a fail by 1?
You can fix all this relatively easily. No one's hurt. That's the important
It's
thing.
a lot of property damage.
It's a lot of property damage.
Alright, well that's fixable, I suppose.
Basically, we tied 3 cars to a helicopter. This was a pretty good result.
Yeah, like
Hey, this is much better than a helicopter.
As far as plans go, like
Actually, does the ship have like vertical thrusters?
it can.
I mean, it's
The-
basically running on space magic, so...
Yeah.
All right. Also, hi guys.
Hello.
Aye.
You didn't miss much. So as you crash into this cottage, all the people are going to be panicking and get a frenzy. And Princess Kyle's like, "Don't worry, I'll get them to calm down." And she goes to open the hatch, and Taryn immediately jumps out and says, "Behold, people of Dunwyn! We have succeeded in beating the Dark Lord! 'Cause I am a warrior!"
Why couldn't he have been crushed by the carriage?
I'm glad I'm not there
Because
right
he is-
now.
Why couldn't he have entered the cauldron?
Just let him have this. Do we really want to have to deal with every... Because aren't we just leaving after this? Do we really want to have to deal with everyone?
A
Fine.
gesture that I would like to leave this world now, please.
I think you did it backwards, but...
It's the same result. It doesn't matter.
Is the king doing any better, by the way?
You guys haven't gone to see him yet. Princess Kala is going to get out and say, "There will be a great celebration tonight in honor of the Dark One's defeat." And then she's going to turn and look at all of you and say, "Will you honor us with your presence at the feast tonight?"
We'd be happy to.
And
Do we have to stay for the feast?
I tug on Miriala's shoulder and give her a
I'm not here right now. I have to catch up.
I tug on Mute's shoulder and give not really a look, but you're still riding me, right?
Yeah, I guess.
You get a sense of urgency that I would like to move on quickly.
Coco also doesn't seem like wants to stay that long, and here we might need to leave soon, it seems.
I would at the very least like to make sure that the king is in some little better state than when we last saw him.
oh, that's a fair point. We should really go visit, see my father. It seems like it's been ages since I've gazed upon him.
Yes, it's probably best that we bring you with us, really.
Indeed.
I
So
hope you're prepared.
why? What happened to him?
Does he normally talk to people who aren't there?
No.
So many things happen to him, it seems then.
Oh dear. At this point,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, Nick, you're back.
Okay.
Like,
A bird shows up and then turns back into Muriel in the middle of the room.
well, still, I'm gonna say you're still in town. You've gotten everybody out of the carriages. Families are back together. It is a good thing. And then you guys will all head up to
Around
the.
the destroyed buildings. Look at Dr. Boy.
Oh, well. I suppose I should fix
You
these.
decided to land in the middle of town.
Look, I'm just trying to get this done as quickly as possible. I didn't want to risk.
There's quickly, and then there's matters of appearance.
Oh, what does it matter? We'll be gone from here in a few hours anyway.
You're not wrong. There's not that much else. I mean, I have this fragment of theoretical mono-regenerating crystal. I'll see what it actually does.
Oh, delightful.
Okay, so you guys head into the castle with the princess leading the way to visit the king, and yeah, you see that.
He's dead.
Oh, he's dead.
Yang?
The king is dead.
Is he like
Long live the king!
dead, or
Or the
like
queen in this case.
didn't eat long enough and thus died of malnutrition? Dead.
That's a good question. If only somebody had an investigation skill.
Yo!
If only someone
If
did.
Getting-
Oh man, that'd be so
Okay,
nice.
as soon as I hear someone say he's dead, I pop out of wherever I've been hiding and scramble over there and start investigating.
You open up Coco's beak and pop out of his gullet.
That's what the hell happened while I wasn't here. Anyway, actually, had Kala even seen me before this point?
Yes, she had.
Okay. So yeah, like I go right over and check for like any obvious signs of trauma, or if it's simply like he's like his body gave out.
Roll me an investigation check.
Can this be a forensics check?
Yes, it can.
I'm currently driving, so
Oh, okay. I will make that roll for you then. Let's see what the d6 say.
appreciate it.
You got a 10. Let's see what your skill is. Do. Forensics. Where are you? Oh, you pass by lots. Okay, so at first it looks as though the king died from malnutrition. Like he just is kind of slumped over there. Rigor mortis has already kind of set in. But as you're investigating, you notice this, because of your size, you managed to like kind of get under his cloak in the back, and you notice that there is this 3 very fine, almost like needle marks in the small of his back, and it looks as though a lot of his blood has been drained out of that point of his body. Which
Okay, so are they in a particular-
which accelerated rigor mortis setting in because he had no blood left to pump through his system. It does
Okay,
not look like there was a struggle, though. If this happened, it appears...
Are they in a particular shape? Like, are they kind of like cat claws, like triangle?
They almost look like needle points.
Well, yes, but how are they arranged relative to each other? You said there were 3 puncture marks, yes?
Yeah, they are in kind of a array like so, which I will just... Can everybody see these marks?
No.
I'm marking
Where are
in
you
the...
drawing them?
I'm marking in the GM layer, that's a problem. They kind of... Dude, that's why.
The GM layer is dangerous, Izzy. Use it responsibly.
I know. Right there, next to the ship.
So a kind of triangle formation.
Kind of.
Which could still be a kind of 3-fingered claw.
Yeah. Basil, it does look like to you that it is, in fact, a 3-fingered claw of some kind.
So it's safe to assume it's not teeth, but possibly like strange talons of some kind. Okay.
Yes.
And very fine that, like, I'm lucky that I'm the one that was looking at it, otherwise someone else might have missed it.
Oh, yeah. Because of your size, it is relatively... What the hell was... It's like the size of your nose, but because of where it's positioned on his body, if anybody tried to move him, they wouldn't necessarily see it right away.
Right. Okay. So with that in mind, can I estimate how long ago this happened? Since rigor mortis usually takes so much time, and I can extrapolate how much more quickly it would have set in from this knowledge of him being drained.
So rigor mortis, for the amount of time for that to set in, it would have probably been on the order of 16 hours to about a day. A long time.
And when was the last time we saw him? I'm not sure how long it took for us to get to the fight and back.
That's the thing. You guys saw him alive and well in that time period.
In that time period.
Yeah, you saw it. It was about a day ago when you guys saw him.
So this might have happened while we were talking to him, or immediately after? Or
possibly. The other thing is, despite those puncture marks being bloody, it does not appear as though any blood actually soaked into his clothes or the chair. As though it was sucked out of him at a rapid pace.
Okay. All right. I think I'm ready to at least present some of my initial findings. Just to establish, definitely would have been at least after we last talked to him that this would have been finalized.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just checking he wasn't being puppeteered, you know? Ugh. Anyway. All right. According to what I see, it seems that the king met his end sometime shortly after we last saw him. Upon investigation of the back of somewhere near his neck, you said? Or
small of his back. Small of his back.
Small of his back, okay. Upon investigation of his body, I found in the small of his back, actually, somewhere around, where your back comes away from the back of the chair, he has these 3 small puncture wounds that seem to have been used to extract most of his bodily... Can someone cover the princess's ears?
No, if my father is dead, I am the queen. I want to hear this.
All right, very well. Anyway, it seems that it was not some sort of bite mark. There's 3 puncture wounds in a triangular pattern, but at the same time, they could have been some sort of talon arrangement. It seems unlikely that someone would use 3 needles to extract.
You think it could have been like a 3-fanged vampire?
Not likely, unless it was some sort of a... No, that makes even less sense. No, this is probably, if it is a vampire, it's somehow one that uses something attached to its forearms, most likely. Unless it's 3 of them that are very large mosquitoes instead of being vampires.
Creepy.
As much as I can tell from my forensic background on this matter, considering the nature of where we are, a lot of my usual theories go out the window. So I'm kind of throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks.
I don't suppose, was it something that penetrated through his clothing, or did it have to be on him, like a little vampire bug?
They were very fine puncture marks, but can I go back and check to see if there are any broken threads or anything near the puncture wound?
There's no broken threads near the puncture wounds, and again, they're fine, but they're about the size of your snout. They're not insignificantly small. It's just they're easy to miss because of the lack of blood.
Right. So they weren't put through his clothes, and considering the fact that he's still in the position that he would have been in when he died, either something was able to reach underneath his clothes or simply nest in behind him and, drain him dry. Is there any sort of native fauna or perhaps flora, I'm not sure what the situation is, that would be capable of this sort of thing in your world, Clara?
No, nothing like that at all.
Do you think it's safe? I turn to ask my compatriots, do we believe it's safe to assume this might be some sort of heartless?
Does anyone remember how many
Do
fingers
heartless
Mocha
drink
has?
blood?
Hey, Izzy, pass by 4 on Hidden Lore.
Hidden lore, heartless. there could be Heartless that do this sort of thing.
Could I roll occultism?
I'm not certain there are. It's plausible given things that Heartless do, but I don't know of one that would cause that particular effect.
I believe the only thing counter to the theory that it could be a Heartless, as much as any Heartless seems to be able to take any sort of form from what I've seen so far.
Are you guys actually going to turn over the king and look at these marks? Is the question. You're going to leave him sitting.
I'm leaving that up to Basil.
I'll mention it once we've come up with some theories. I think it's safe to assume that it may not be a Heartless simply on the basis of, from what we've seen of how Heartless collect what they're after, they would not leave a body. Am I right? Like, a Heartless does not get its sustenance from blood. It is after his heart. And with that in mind, it's being a metaphysical heart, rather. His body would not still be here if it was a Heartless that had taken him and his heart. Yes?
Give me a second.
I'll make this easier on you guys. If you do flip him over and look at those marks, I want everybody to make me an insight check or an occultism check.
What is insight?
There is no insight in this setting, is there?
No.
I don't think so.
You know, we're just going to go with...
There's search and there's investigate. I
Inve-
think.
not invent. This would be
No, there's not investigate. I'm wrong.
intelligence.
Pass by 5, Izzy.
Pass
Occultism?
by 0.
Yeah, occultism.
Can you roll for me?
Fail.
Gonna...
Definitely fail.
Someone roll 3d6 for Devin.
Okay, 3d6 for Devin. Okay.
13.
Devin passes int by 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Thank you. So let's move them over so the rest of you can get a look. Maybe there's something about the shape of the puncture wounds that would ring a bell for someone.
Unfortunately, Basil passing by that much is not enough.
Does a pass by 5 get me anything?
Is that occultism or intelligence?
Occultism.
Occultism, because you would know that that you can sense some kind of residual magic coming off of those puncture wounds, as though some kind of blood ritual had to take place.
Oh, great. This was some sort of blood ritual.
Would
Magical
that be the
Oh, wait a minute. Wex, did you
stuff
pass
that
the...
we ran into?
Wex, how much did you pass the int roll by?
I didn't pass it at all.
Oh, okay.
I'm not that smart. I'm perceptive. I'm not smart.
Did anybody else besides Basil pass the int check?
Nope.
Actually, you know what? Screw it. I'm using luck and re-rolling it.
Do it.
I passed by 4.
Okay. Dr. Boy will get this, then.
I still don't pass it.
Oof.
Jeez.
Yeah, I need to talk about this perk after game with you, Izzy.
Yeah.
Have some thoughts.
Okay.
Well, I passed the int check by 2. I just failed the occult check.
Okay.
Should I
Passing,
roll against int as well, Izzy, just to see?
if you want. Passing the int check by 2 is not going to get this to you. Dan, I think, got the threshold.
Oh, passed the int check by 1.
Does not do enough. Dan, you got the threshold.
All right.
How do you do the... Yeah, that's passing by 2. That's not going to be enough.
Interpret this how you will.
Alrighty, let's see here.
Dr. Boy, have you seemed to notice anything about...
Oh, are you serious? Christ, how do I even approach this?
What's wrong?
What Izzy just sent me, I have not a goddamn clue how to approach this in character.
Yeah,
That's the best kind of revelation.
I'll give you that as a little bit extra.
Okay. Well, the closest equivalent I could find would be a slightly larger version of Webby's fingers.
My fingers.
Yes. And
So
kind of, I'll kind of like gently sort of like demonstrate
So the evil duck witch that we encountered.
that.
yeah, not like-
Magica.
That would
not
be
like we met
my.
someone who'd used dark magic who could totally do this recently.
Yeah, see, the thing is, Izzy originally just said matches Webby's fingers, and then a few seconds later added just a bit bigger. So I was very concerned
Nice.
for a moment.
Webby, why are you going around assassinating royalty?
Wait, hold on. Remember when we were here last, and who was it that was able to detect some large source of magic in the palace?
Muriella.
But that
When
turned
we were
out to be
following-
Mocha.
Are we
Is it?
certain about that? It was in that direction, but was Mocha actually the source?
I followed Mocha several times. Just in case, though, detect magic.
Was Mocha potentially not meant to helping keep the other one hidden because it was more interesting?
Possible.
I-
However, I now know Mocha's aura, so I can rule her out of something I'm looking for.
Yeah, so you do the thing. Mocha's actually in the room watching, and upon hearing your name is going to appear.
Oh no, I'm not tracking her aura in this case.
Okay.
Well, can you, are auras distinct?
Auras are quite distinct. What I'm trying to do is find a different aura than any of the ones I'm currently familiar with.
Alright, well, what I was about to say is, if you could at least, compare and double check that Mocha's aura was the one that, we detected last time. Because once again, we saw, if it was Magica, then she somehow was in the palace just while we were there, or just before we left.
Izzy, magical auras within 10 miles.
There is some residual magic that you sensed magic, I'm assuming, in the battle.
Oh yeah, I sense magica in the battle.
Okay, yeah. Then you would get that off of the finger marks. And there's also some residual magic that also has Magica's signature on it, down below the castle.
It was magica from what I know from the finger marks. There's also some down below. Kala, is there a dungeon or like a vault or anything in that direction pointing at it?
That would be, yes, that would be where we keep the dungeon. It hasn't been used in years.
Let's go. We're not going to let her get away this time.
I don't think she's still there, Webby, from the sound of it. You said it was a residual trace?
It's a residual trace, but that still might have something.
Maybe we can use it to track her?
We can try.
Mocha,
Going
are you
to
planning to give us any riddles about this one?
I think it's just better to watch you all figure this one out by yourselves. You're doing a really good job. Cheers. And she's going to hold up a tankard and kind of guzzle it back. You have no idea where she got it from.
I was
Come on,
about
Mocha,
to
let's
say,
go explore the dungeon.
Do you have any more of that? I sense a headache coming on.
She's going to turn the tankard upside down, look at it, all gone, and just going to drop it to the floor.
Unfortunate.
So you guys head to the dungeon, and so you remember how I said the king was drained of blood?
Yep.
Yeah, this is where it all went.
all of it?
It's sitting here in like a pool.
No, it has been drawn on the floor and on one of the walls. One of the walls has got a large circular pattern drawn on it with different ruins surrounding it, and the floor likewise has lots and lots of ruins drawn on it as well.
A magic circle in blood.
Thaumaturgy.
Roll it.
Archaeology. Not that
Oh,
that'll
no,
help me.
that's a fail.
Holy shit, Webby!
Actually, that's only a pass by 6, so calm down.
But but it's an auto
And it's on
success.
archaeology, which may not be that related here.
Yeah. Archaeology.
I mean, it might help you recognize the runes, like cultural origin.
Oh, actually, yeah, you would get that one. A lot of these are in Sanskrit.
These runes are all in Sanskrit.
Oh, most, not all.
Wait,
The ones that
look
are
at these ones here.
the ones that are around the circle on the wall are mostly Sanskrit. The ones on the floor have a similar pattern that is kind of drawn out in like a pentagram, but the symbols inside of that pentagram are not Sanskrit. You do not recognize these.
Do we need another thaumaturge?
That's a
Um,
good idea. I'm not actually very familiar with this language.
I'm not sure if she's familiar with the language, but she knows more magic stuff.
Oh, is this the lovely crystal
Can I
woman?
make an investigation check on the ones that Webby doesn't recognize? I would like to at least try to do like a cultural derivation kind of check, sort of
sure.
like how you can tell that a lot of pictographic languages would come from a particular region.
Let me see what skill you have that would be equivalent to that.
Izzy,
Yep.
what would be the penalty or bonus for trying to summon the Grim for this?
You just summoned her. She got bored, so you will be at a penalty of 2.
Okay. Fuck no.
All right, Basil, I'm gonna let you roll cryptology for this.
Oh wait, I have points in that.
You do.
Hey.
Okay, you do pass. Yeah, sure. Basil, this is strictly hypothetical, but you do recognize that, or you have seen symbols similar to these before when you've been reading some books. Most of them are just fantasy, though. You know, Lost City of Atlantis, any kinds of underwater kingdoms, that kind of stuff.
So kind of I would imagine in that case they probably look somewhere in the range of Greek to Roman letters. Just so that like it's a little less bullshit.
Yeah, they appear similar-ish to Greek, but distinct enough that they clearly are not Greek or Roman.
Hey, Izzy,
Okay, yeah.
can I try to find if there's a section of my book that has similar writing, since the language changes?
Sure,
Can I mention that so that he has something to go off of?
sure.
Okay.
Is
Izzy,
that
can I
speed reading or
see-
research?
Can I
It
pull out
seems
my
to be
journal
some
and
sort
just
of-
sketch the magic circles, both of them?
It's going to take you a while, but yes, you may.
All right, if we're going to take the time, we're going to actually
so-
do a full magical analysis on this.
Okay. Whoever's opened the book, I noticed that and I go, I'm not sure what you're looking at, but if you are trying to find some kind of history on these symbols, they seem to be of some sort of Mediterranean origin, but with some sort of like lost culture element. I think I've seen something like this in regards to the whole lost city of Atlantis or something like that. So,
Oh, I've been there.
what?
You have?
Wait, really?
Yeah, that was one of the first places that Scrooge took all of us.
Out of character. Oh, right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, episode 1. I forgot about that too, actually.
Does that mean that Webby should have recognized them?
No.
Not necessarily.
No,
No, because it's
y-
different Atlantis.
There could be
you-
several different Atlantises.
You will
Yeah,
get
that
you
too.
will get similar to
Good
those
point.
underwater, but not the same.
Okay. So wait, does that mean that do these look similar to anything that you've seen before then?
Izzy sent you a couple of pokes.
So, Izzy,
Not
which of do you want me
particularly.
rolling speed reading or research?
For this one, research.
Research is a pass by 4. I need to at some point get some other reference books other than the magic sometimes change contents book.
home and I'm probably gonna heat up some food before plugging into my computer. So gonna be some stray noise for a bit.
Mute when you're not talking, please.
Yeah, just turn on push to talk.
Hard to do on the phone, but
It
I can
might
do
be
that.
late.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, we can hear you. Izzy, more pokes.
Yeah, I know. I was looking up the proper terminology. All right, Mute, you do not have anything similar to this in your book. However, you do have other ruins that have recently appeared that look kind of like this.
Where are you posting for that image, or are you just...
Ooh, swirly.
Okay.
Something like that. That's about as
Any-
close as you get to it. But that's it.
Does anyone recognize that symbol?
Wex, make me a check.
For what?
That's a good question. What do I want to have?
Does anyone suppose how Magica got off this world and into whatever next one she's heading to?
She probably opened a doorway to darkness.
Did we actually see her do that, or what did we see?
She turned into a shadow and melded through the walls.
Right. So she probably is doing through darkness, but she did it somewhere other than where we were.
Izzy, more poking.
Yeah, no. Wex, make me observation check.
Okay, succeed by 3, I think.
Okay. I'm going to say you're kind of peering over Mute's shoulder and you see this symbol. And from that, you get the following.
Is it the symbol on the screen?
Yes.
The swirly one?
Yes.
There are a lot of symbols on the screen right now.
Ignore the blue one.
Ignore the brown.
What the hell are you all drawing? My color
I'm
is...
drawing the magic rune in my journal.
You left them alone. You should not be surprised about anything that happens.
You get that, Wex. Nick, do you want this privately or publicly?
Privately.
But Nick, but Izzy, we need to go through the Stargate.
So, a zone for a minute. Where did that symbol come from?
That's in Mute's book.
Device that we're still...
I work excitedly and kind of signal for Mute to like stop on that page and examine it. You can at least feel I want you to look at that symbol more carefully.
Okay. I'm going to stop at that page and try to like stare and figure out more about this symbol. I don't think I have any skill really with we're in the middle of a castle with no outside resources to figure out what this symbol is if no one else has it. because I'm pretty sure I can't roll occultism, and I'm pretty sure none of my knowledge skills go. Does anyone else have any way of trying to identify it? Because it seems like it might be important to Coco.
Like, I could throw paleontology at it too, but that's probably not going to work.
I spit the stone on the book.
Does the stone match that symbol? Does the stone have that
As
symbol
the
on it?
stone thrums for a hot second and it glows turquoise, and as it lands on the book, though the same symbol gets marked is etched into it. Notably, the top part, and then the bottom end is kind of spiraled into its backside. It matches the top half of that symbol.
If I pick up the stone, does the symbol on the stone go away, or is it now there?
It's going to be there for a little bit longer, and then as you see it thrum again sporadically, it looks as though the etching is going to slowly disappear on it. So
Okay,
thrum
I'll
gets a
put
little
it
bit
back.
faded. Thrum's a little bit
I'll
faded.
put it back on the book for now.
Okay.
I'm just now more confused.
All right. After everyone spends a long time doing this, and Muriel finishes, we're supposed to say, "All right, I think I know what happened here."
All right. Well, we don't need the stone anymore. I re-swallow it.
If my guess is correct, Magica was reasonably drained of mana. She used the blood ritual to power the spell that opens the doorway to darkness for herself.
Okay, Maury, although when we get a chance, can you look at what's going on with the stone that's on the book?
The book and the stone, absolutely.
Okay, so can we trace where the evil duck went?
Do any of you know how to track anyone?
Not through dark corridors.
Well, no, in general, we might be able to follow her through darkness, assuming she left on foot.
I can track.
So I'll give you this right now. If anybody can read it, the symbols in the middle would be the destination.
Can any of us read it? I'm assuming this answer will be sent privately to people.
There, Izzy, I've copied the magic circles into my journal.
I know. I'm actually pasting it so you know. Oh, fuck.
I like what happens when you scroll down.
Damn it. Who's green?
Scrolls down.
Don't scroll down. You're too young.
I'm not sure if that's
Scroll down
Sean or
faster.
Dan.
It's not me.
That's what
I
you...
am doing a little bit of typing.
That's what they all would say.
Well, we might be able to look something more up if we go back to Daybroken Town, somewhere with a proper library, encyclopedia, language thing.
Yes, that sounds perfect. Let's go to the library.
Okay.
Izzy Poke.
I will take out all the books on Sanskrit, and you can take out all the books on whatever this other language is. We'll figure out where Magica is headed.
I'm just going to point out, we might want to take some time to actually, I don't know, let Dr. Boy make you reasonable armor webby that isn't chainmail. As much as the chainmail was useful, but like...
If we're going to be doing that, I'd recommend that we get to a more bottom world so we'll have access to better materials and fleet facilities.
Daybroken Town is good for that.
Mhm.
I may know other places that are good for that, but we'll have to figure out whether or not we need to go there first.
All right.
What do you think about all this, Basil? Because I saw he just joined the game.
Yep. Izzy, one more poke for this.
You might still be on mute, Devin.
No, I'm back.
Okay,
I
there
just
we go.
Hello, Devin.
I wasn't sure
just
if
to
you were
put-
trying to respond or not.
I was eating.
Gotcha.
I like how you put the X over the king.
Yeah, because he's dead. All right.
Yeah.
Seeing as how all right, I'm just gonna kind of accelerate this a little bit, guys, since I think you're done down here. Unless there's something else one of you wants to do specifically. Also, don't forget, guys, you should all be back at full FP because it comes back at a rate of 10 minutes. And you guys have had more than an hour at this point.
I cast a spell that uses a bunch of FP.
Unless you're Miriala. In any case, real quickly, when you guys get back up top, you're going to hear some commotion, and one of the villagers is going to run in and say, Princess Kala, Duke Igthorn has arrived.
Well, great.
This will be fun.
You guys remember him, don't you?
Of
Yes.
course.
Yep.
Oh dear, John Cena.
John Cena's quite not here.
Yeah.
John Cena is in the book. Maybe.
Oh my god. Delete.
But I'm trying to put in coordinates.
Oh, you're going
Did this just turn into Stargate?
You're going to the wrong place now.
But you know those see, Devin knows those coordinates.
Yeah, so the Duke is going to show up and say, Princess Kala, word spreads quickly about your victory against the Dark Lord. Allow me to express my congratulations.
Thanks.
Yeah, she's just going to look at him and like, your gratitude is appreciated, Duke Igthorn. However, this is really not the time to celebrate. I'm now in a period of mourning. And he's going to kind of like look over your guys' shoulder, because of course you have to be in the audience chamber to welcome him. And he's going to see the dead king in his throne. Oh, princess, you're so young to be without parents. I am truly sorry. And
Oh yeah, what happened to her mom?
if anybody wants to roll me detect lies, please do so now.
Absolutely.
I'm not able to do that.
Yo.
Please.
I'm
I
gullible.
believe him.
If I'm not in the
I need to double check. Hold on.
I guess I'll roll my default on this.
I guess I can super crit some.
I think that's the default. I have to go double check the default on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Still no.
What's default?
Detect lies is perception -6, body language -4, or psychology -4.
Yeah, that's a no.
Did anybody
Fail by one.
Fail.
Failure.
did anybody pass?
I might have. Give me a minute. I have a baby.
Orion rolled a 5 on something.
Yes, but I'm perception -6, so I failed.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pull up the Chocobo sheet for you, X.
No, I failed by one.
Okay. Did anybody pass?
Nope.
Okay. Basil, he appears to be sincere about that comment, but you can also see an opportunistic gleam in his eye.
I mean,
Please, I come from a monarchic culture. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
I picked up on.
Yeah. But yeah, Princess Kala is going to be like, it will be a difficult period of time, but now that the kingdoms are finally at peace, I am confident I will be able to, take charge and rule the way my father would have wanted me to. And then he's just going to say, like, of course, and, bow lowly to her. These giant brutes
Oh yeah, by the way,
are not bowing. Yes.
Uriel is going to very obviously be rolling her eyes at this.
By the way, as soon as we heard that, I'm going to hide in. Hey, Orion, is your hair as long as your picture
Yes.
indicates? I'm going to hide on your shoulder and your hair so that if I speak up, he still thinks it's some kind of speak.
Oh yeah. As soon as he showed up, by the way, Mocha disappeared.
Mocha disappeared.
Mocha disappeared when he showed up. so-
Surprising.
No
not me.
one.
Surprising. No one.
Yeah. Mocha doesn't like showing up when there's other people around.
Yeah. So with that, Princess Kala is actually going to like give a very quick speech to everybody. And do you guys want the full version of this, or you guys want me to give you the abridged notes?
Izzy, I want you to give an amazing speech that will inspire us.
A
Yes,
rousing
we need
speech
it.
that would make you the most famous person on the internet for your oratory skills.
For your wonderful fans. All of them.
Gee, thanks. Princess Scala is going to be like, attention, people of Dunwyn. Today, we have had a great victory against the Horn King, but we have also suffered a great loss. My father, King Gregor, has passed and will no longer be able to continue leading us through this harrowing time. The good news is because of the sacrifice of true heroes who are no longer with us, and she's going to kind of look around. Each of you making eye contact, and even looking over at Duke Igthorn, and, then nodding at, the ogres behind him, who recognizably are very sad because they have lost a brother in this. Heroes that are no longer here. We no longer have to go through these trying times. The darkness has been lifted from our world, and we can now rise up and rebuild, stronger than ever before. Unfortunately, I have heard from Duke Igthorn's report that there are still creatures of darkness wandering around our realm. But as the first part of trying to extinguish these creatures, so we will no longer have to live in fear, Duke Igthorn has agreed to go and take over the old Horned King's castle and rule there as a vassal kingdom. And as we go each night, not worrying about whether the day will come because darkness has spread, but rather we should embody the fact that light will spread. I want our kingdom to be a beacon of hope for all other kingdoms everywhere. I want us to nurture our light, the same way a gardener tends to his flowers and fields, making them grow and blossom into something truly amazing. And I want the world to know that this, our kingdom, nay, I want all other worlds to know, she says as she looks at each one of you. All other worlds to recognize the light that we have in our hearts in this realm. For this world is a garden, and it is truly a radiant sight to behold.
What?
I whisper. Is supposed to not interfere on this sort of scale.
I am rolling to not react to this.
I'm pretty sure the
I
reaction...
succeeded not reacting to this.
What
do you have to roll?
not react to this, or
Acting!
what are you trying to resist?
No,
Out
no,
of
no.
char-
I am
out of
rolling
character,
to
I'm having
not
issues.
Obviously, reveal what I think about this with body language, which is why I'm rolling acting.
Yeah. I figured Sean was going to have an issue. Or, I'm sorry, I figured Shiro was going to have issue with this out of character. You never looked at the YouTube videos as to the images of the castles I put up, did you?
No.
Wait, what is he?
Where are we?
Out of character, Izzy has just made this the precursor for Radiant Gardens.
I don't know what that is.
Which,
The main hub world for the Kingdom Hearts games.
where Kyrie's
Well,
from,
where a lot of the
second
Final
game,
Fantasy
at
characters
least.
come from anyway.
Mm-hmm.
the world Kyrie's from.
You're just gonna clap along and be like, maybe this, yeah, this will be great. It's gonna be very polite clapping.
With that...
Any of you who get Detect Wise on 4+ will realize that is not polite clapping at all. or psychology.
With that said, I understand that we have a stew which we will have not in victory, but as a remembrance for those we have lost. And a large pot is going to be brought out and put down, and everybody is going to be able to partake in a very small feast. Not nearly as extravagant as one for defeating the Horned King would curtail, but also kind of, has a melancholy feel to it because of those lost. John Cena will forever be remembered.
Just to be on the safe side, Orion's not going to eat anything that seems to come from a cauldron or a giant pot.
So, funny you should mention that. As soon as some of the stew is served, people are going to, be sitting down and eating, and then suddenly you hear some gurgling in the cauldron. And then Taran pokes his head out and says, "See, I can be a hero too! I got in a cauldron!"
Wait, does he have the cauldron?
No.
He's in a cauldron. He's in a cauldron.
It's a normal cauldron.
Strong desire to leave this world.
Can I turn the cauldron over and
back
just
to
trap
Dave
it?
Road.
Let's just
Down.
head out, guys. Let's maybe just leave.
Let's just sneak out, especially before any guild members of the Keyblade Union decide to come up to us and say and ask about our interference in the world.
I don't think we've done anything that would really mess people up or anything.
Webby, we just flew over this city in a ship.
Yeah, but that's just like, well, one spaceship.
On a world that has no spaceships.
I guess.
Including putting the ruler of a nation who has now subjugated the other half of her world under one rulership, it seems like.
Yeah, that's gonna end great. Absolutely great for them. Let's not be here when that happens.
You guys can leave whenever you want. I'm just gonna make this. I'm gonna make this go worse and worse as you guys go. As a side note, you guys can come back to this world whenever you want. Now there will be Heartless to fight. They will just be less frequent and less powerful. As per Kingdom Hearts, after you beat the boss of a world, you can still go back. Okay.
Okay. Well, thanks for the feast, Queen Kala.
You're welcome. You're always welcome here in this world. Take care. I'm going to just change that real quick. She is now a queen. With that being said, do you guys want to do anything else in this world, or?
I think it might be a good idea for us to leave this world soon.
Like I said, I'd appreciate finding
About
like
that time,
a
at least.
river or a waterfall or similar to make sure that we have the ability to leave this world without issue, but
Well, the only waterfall is the one the gummy bears know of, and we don't know where they are.
is there a giant river anywhere? A large river? Dr. Boy, you can fly the goddamn ship around until we see one.
Yeah, you can do that easily.
Okay. I'm just at one point we're just gonna say just sit here for a little while and just fill a like crystal bead with mana, and then after she has a couple of them, be like, all right, we're good.
Okay. Also, very easy to note, but before you guys got into the ship after the party, you guys noticed a small box right near your door.
This is going to take. I'm gonna say an hour to replenish all of my
Small
stocks.
box by the
Does that
ship's
sound
door?
fair, Izzy?
That's fair.
I'm doing one of the large stones and a decent number of the small ones because of how many I burned through.
Sure.
Hey, Basil, what do you make of this box?
Devin?
My thoughts on leaving?
No, on this box that was left right by the door of our ship.
Describe the box, Izzy.
Yeah, what is this box?
Can we get a
Flash.
description?
Is
I'm not
this the
paying
one?
attention to this. Ignore me.
It looks like a small shoebox with a bow on top.
I
Oh, it's a
guess
present.
gift. Should we
Webby?
open
No.
it?
No, Webby.
Does it have a
Basil?
code or a tag?
Basil, your
Watch it
opinion,
break.
please?
Not
Is it magic?
not on the box. No.
Is the box magic?
No.
What
Basil, your
happens if I poke the box with a stick?
The box gets poked with a stick.
I open the
Alright.
box because it's not magic and I can't tell if there's a trap or not.
Okay. Take 12 irreducible fire damage.
God.
I'm kidding.
Really?
No. You open it up. Inside of the box, there is a note and 7 vials of something.
Read
Oh.
I
the
love
note.
vials of something.
Read the note.
The note says, "Thanks for bringing back the other half of our family. If you guys ever find yourself back in this world, be sure to visit Gummy Glen. We'll give you some more if you show up. Thanks. Sonny."
Izzy, I open a vial and sniff it. Is it gummy berry juice?
Yes.
God.
Oh, cool! They gave us gummy berry juice.
How much is
This?
How much is there?
This isn't that wasn't it called?
No. Well,
How much is there?
there are 7 bottles. You need to
Webby,
drink.
what is this?
You need to drink the entire. Webby knows this. You need to drink the entire bottle for it to take effect.
I snatch up 3 vials and put them in my bag.
I'm
If
holding
you
on to
drink
one
the
of these.
entire bottle of it, it lets you bounce around like a power ball for like a couple minutes.
I snatch
Why
up
would
5 vials
anyone
and put
ever
them in my
want to
bag.
do that?
I'm grabbing one of these, but I'm like, you know, that does sound fun. Flying is better, but it does sound fun.
You can completely break the laws of physics.
Turn into a bird. Fly around Webby's head. Turn out not into a bird.
Is anyone stopping me from
Yeah,
grabbing
like
my
that.
vial?
What are
Rex,
you
I'm
doing?
taking one of the vials.
Okay.
I'm grabbing the majority of the vials and putting them in my knapsack.
So as of right now,
Sure.
Webby has 1 vial. Muriala has
Muriala
another,
has
and
one
the
vial.
Chocobo has the rest.
Yep.
Sure,
I'm,
why not?
I'm in
Can
fact,
you
I'm in
think
fact
of
helping.
anyone better to drink it?
I'm in fact helping the Chocobo get the rest.
The Chocobo is storing the rest in the Chocobo storage place.
I really want you to think about that. Can you think of anyone better to drink this stuff?
Oh no, it's definitely you. I just want one because I want one.
Just so you know, the only
It
one
is
of you.
conceivable that Webby would have use of them.
Yeah, the only one of you who does not need to drink a full bottle of this stuff is Basil, for obvious reasons.
He could probably fit inside the bottle of
You
it.
know, now I wonder what happens if I turn into Basil size, drink a drop, and then turn back to regular size.
It's called cheating. Deal with it.
Magic has strange rules. This may or may not work, but we can determine that later.
It automatically puts you in the punishment room.
Yeah, pretty much. All right. So
Now, Stanley, why would you cheat like that?
because why not? All right. So what do you guys want to do now? You are in your ship. You have your mana crystals, and I'm not going to stop you from leaving this world.
Let's double check to make sure no one has stowed away on the ship.
Yep.
I'm a
We need to go to
warrior.
a world with a really good library.
John
that I can
Cena will
research
never
what these
stow
runes-
away again.
Okay, listen. There are a couple of spells I want to learn, and there's a world with a really good library, but, like, we could go there. It's... Looking at everyone.
You don't sound
The
so.
problem is it's mostly a world containing humans.
Oh, as a note for you, Muriala, you need to be in space before you can open a portal big enough for the ship.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And just, like, the problem is, we would need disguises for everyone to go there, or for you to not actually leave the place where we're going.
That seems quite counterproductive.
There's also Day Broken Town.
Does it have a good library?
I
It
mean,
has libraries. I mean,
How
there's
many
been
of them are open
libraries
to the
for, Keyblade wielders who want to join all the bullshit.
Izzy, private message.
Private
Are
answer.
we
Well,
guess
do
so.
they have non-Keyblade wielders ever in their library?
Ooh.
Hey, Izzy, area
I do
knowledge.
have that.
Ooh, that's. Oh. Oh. I actually need to think about this one. Damn.
Hey, Izzy, area knowledge for non-Keyblade wielders getting access to important libraries got a 4. Or pass by 4.
Depends on which library and who's responsible for watching it.
It varies. Some of them you'll easily be able to get into because, in all honesty, yeah, there's not actually that many Keyblade wielders. Let's be real here. But, yeah, there's a good number. We can go back there, get some work done, do some research, all that good stuff. I should probably figure out a spell to disguise all of you, shouldn't I? Yeah, I really need to do that.
Why do we all need disguises?
You don't. You're fine. Or
Then
you
set the world order or something.
No, not that. Just like
You know what they say about the best laid plans of mages and muggles.
Yeah.
I mean, Coco's probably fine. Coco's like a pet.
Oh, that's not what I'm referring to.
We can claim that Coco's a pet. That's fine. Basil's fine. He can hide. Dr. Boy and Webby, though.
I'll just put on like a big trench coat or something.
Webby,
Pretty
can
sure
you
that's
please
not
put on a
gonna
big
work.
trench coat? It will both be adorable and let me know whether or not that would work.
I pull a trench coat out of my hat.
Izzy,
I put
would
on a
this
big
work?
trench coat and put the hood on over it.
Izzy, would this work at all?
For making them look like people?
For making them not immediately, obviously not people.
They would have to roll their disguises. Or you would have to roll disguises to put it on them.
Please, you think I have the disguise skill?
Well, then it's going to be really hard.
I don't have a summon that has the disguise.
Let's
skill.
go back to Daybroken Town. I'm pretty sure if I talk to one of the Keyblade wielder groups, they'll understand why I need to learn a spell to disguise people who don't look like humans as humans.
Well, my concern with going to Daybroken Town is the fact that, you know, there were Keyblade wielders that were watching us break their rules here.
Pay them off with Lux, they won't care anymore. Is it just area knowledge to make sure I'm correct about that?
For what? Them not getting noticed? Or...
If we pay them
them
off with
accepting a
Lux, they won't
bribe.
care anymore.
Again, depends on who you're talking to.
The guys who accosted us at the docks last time.
You can be cynical enough that you believe it's true.
Oh yeah, the guys on the docks, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, those guys, honestly, we give them some Lux, they're gonna look the other way. That's what they do. That's their entire shtick.
They're like cartoon characters.
Oh, I hope you're willing to pay for me, because I don't have any.
Do we want to go beat up some Heartless? Webby, can we go beat up some Heartless so that you can get some Lux so we can make sure we have enough?
We could try that, sure.
Great.
So let's fight them in the Dark Corridor, right?
You do not get Lux in the Dark Corridor. We've already said that.
I know.
Yeah, there's still darkness around here. I'm just gonna burn some mana from my Bongo. So, well, actually, you probably have enough in yours. It's probably empty.
If we find a large amount of them, I may be able to help us get some. Like, how large of a group of Heartless do we find?
That, honestly, Izzy, I'm throwing enough buffs on Webby that she's completely super duck.
Okay, where are you guys going? Are you staying on this world and going to find Heartless? Because again, the Heartless here are infrequent now and not very strong.
You broke up there, Izzy.
The Heartless in the world you currently are in are infrequent now because you've beaten the main boss and how to do it, and they are not that strong. So you can spend a few days here to fill up on Lux, but it will be that, a few days. Or you can travel somewhere else.
I get very upset at the suggestion of waiting a few days.
How many... Okay, 2 questions. Coco, can we leave an empty Bongo next to the stone to see if it recovers Lux from the ambient leak?
I'll
This
put
will
mine
help
there, not
us.
using it.
Hopefully, put more Lux back into it eventually.
Mute, you sense acceptance, but extreme impatience with the idea.
Also, how much Lux do people actually have right now? I've got 5. I don't know what the actual fees are. I've never bothered with docking things.
I have 8.
I have whatever we got in the bangle from our buddy.
0.
Didn't he give us some loaner Lux, I thought?
If you asked, he gave you guys 5. You might have used it already.
I haven't.
I got Lux. I think I might have gotten Lux from a different party member. No, I got them from him. Sorry. I've used it for a summon, and then I got more Lux back. Which, if we find a large area of Heartless, I can try using wide area attack summon.
Great. Okay, we probably have enough to pay for the fee. If we don't, I've made another gem that will let me actually enchant things to probably pay for it.
All right.
Does anyone actually have a decent thaumaturgy score?
What is a
I'm a
decent thaumaturgy
chocobo.
score?
Chocobo!
In this case, what is a decent thaumaturgy score, Nick?
Probably passing by 3.
What do you mean by passing by 3?
It's mostly Muriel said something that is actually very implausible, but
Oh, not my character doesn't have a thaumaturgy score. Sorry. And by thaumaturgy, I mean thaumatology. Apparently that's
thaumatology, whatever the name is.
Yeah, I don't have that. I only have occultism.
She said something that is actually very implausible and decently ridiculous, but it's a question of does anyone have the magic knowledge to realize it's implausible and ridiculous?
It looks like the answer to that is...
I actually can roll that. Hold on.
You have thaumatology, Dan? Nice.
I remember I started getting it after the thing. I'm rolling at -2, but we'll see if it works.
Roll a 3.
Crit
Roll a
pass.
3.
It's passed by 2.
Izzy, would Dr. Boy realize how ridiculous that statement was, or does he not have enough knowledge?
I don't even remember what the statement you said. Type that to me.
I have enough mana sitting around in gems to just enchant something.
I'm going to say a pass by 2 is probably enough to get that, if you would care to elaborate for Dr. Boy's amusement. Or do you want me just... I'll just tell you. Dan, enchanting takes several hundred mana.
Note, the average human could probably pull 20 mana if they almost killed themselves.
How in the hell do you have that much mana laying around?
The river gave it to me. Look, it's a skill. You figure out ways around these things.
The river gate. Where did you... How many stones do you have to store this stuff in?
Pulls out a jar full of glass beads.
Well then.
Look. Just don't spread it around, okay? I like the fact that my shop does not get much attention and I get a good amount of business regularly. And then people don't ask questions when their items show up in normal amounts of time, and I haven't been there for a week.
Fair enough.
Work!
What does work mean?
It sounds very impatient.
He wants to leave.
Okay, let's go back to Day Broken Town. To a space?
To space.
To space.
Space.
First things first, as you guys are leaving, everybody's going to wave at you. Even Taran from inside of his stew cauldron.
Wait, he's inside the cauldron?
Of course he is.
Yeah, he is. He's in
Wrong
here.
cauldron.
Different cauldron.
Different cauldron.
Okay, thank you.
Because he also wants to be a hero, and apparently climbing into a cauldron is what you need to do to be a hero. As soon as you guys break the atmosphere, I would like everybody to make me perception checks.
Huh. Pass by 3.
Pass by 3.
Pass by 6.
Pass
Pass
by
by
5.
4.
Perception, is he?
Yeah, perception. Okay, so for those of you who
Pass by 6.
for those of you who passed, which is mostly everybody, you remember how I said that there were 2 planets next to each other within range of one another that you guys had to land on?
Sure. Yep.
And you chose this one. So as you guys are flying away, this planet is mostly green. From a distance, that cloud has completely dissipated.
Hey, we did it! We literally saved the world!
A world.
The other world that you guys remember, it was the black and white world, very monochrome.
Is it gone?
Oh no, it's there. The thing is, you're noticing that there are a lot of little specks around it.
Specks?
Specks.
Are they light or...
Like speckles?
Multicolored. Some red, some yellow, some blue, a couple of like black spots as well. Who passed by at least 4?
Yo.
Okay, those of you that passed by at least 4. As you get closer, these things start coming into view.
Da-da-dun, 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 da-da-dun.
Do you see them?
Are those heartless?
Oh, yeah.
God.
Yep.
Damn it.
Heartless!
We're in a ranged fight again, aren't we?
These things are navigating around that planet. They have not broken off to you guys yet.
Should we try to help that planet?
Dr. Boy, how good are the guns on your ship?
We haven't finished the guns yet.
So we don't have guns.
You have gun 1.
Yeah,
It's a very shitty gun.
All right.
I
Those of us who can fight at range, please raise your hand.
Also, one other note: who here passed by 5 or more?
I did.
Yo.
The same 3?
Yes.
I passed by
Webby
5.
didn't.
Okay. So those of you who passed by at least 5, as you're getting closer, you're noticing these Heartless in particular. You can clearly see them, right?
Yep.
It looks like their exterior casing matches that of the ship you're in.
What?
Like identical?
Well, not identical, but clearly, for you especially, Dr. Boy, it looks like those are Heartless that have somehow merged with gummy blocks.
Merged with? Okay, instead of being encased in. Okay.
A little of A, a little of B.
Dr. Boy, is it just me, or are those... They are Heartless, right? They seem to be made of the same material as your ship.
Those are definitely heartless.
Clearly. I wouldn't have expected such a phenomenon.
Can we... Is there any chance we could break them and take their parts?
With the current, with the meager weapon systems I was able to scrap together, probably not.
Orion, how confident are you that we could blast these things?
How far away is the hex now when we're in the ship?
How much setup are you giving me?
Myrna's just going to take out one of her glass gems. You have +4 to all defenses.
Okay.
She's also hitting herself with this.
You guys are in space.
Yeah, we can't pop out to, like, execute ranged attacks.
No, you can't.
Oh,
it's actual space.
You are in space.
Oh, space.
Yes, you are in space. They are surrounding the planet.
Space.
So your options are you can go and engage these things in your ship. Probably won't end well for you guys. Hint, hint. Or you can go somewhere else. Or you can.
Question.
Yes.
But
we should land on the planet and take them out from the ground.
Can Judge Master exist in space?
That's a good question. Do you know do you have any reason to know the answer for that?
Okay.
I don't.
Hey, Izzy.
Yes.
Can I use gravity to give us an opening to try and get into the onto the planet?
Can we just leave?
Look, I'm not flying.
Okay, that planet looks like it's falling to darkness. I was thinking it'd be interesting to hit these things and see if we can get, I don't know, anything out of them.
Yeah, look, until we can get some form of Lux cannon on the ship, it's not worth it to engage
If it's
them.
going to fall to darkness, can we stick around? I want to see if something happens.
Also, would meteor work as well?
I mean, ranged spells can work if they originate from elsewhere.
Yes.
Oh, I could totally hit them. It's just a
Why
question
can
of
you cast
survive.
Meteor?
Wait, if this planet's gonna fall to darkness, shouldn't we go try to help it?
Does no one else pick out the Final Fantasy implications of that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm actually really wondering what will happen if the book is here when this planet falls.
I think it would probably. I have no idea.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, my gravity spell can't be demi, so I have to use gravity.
Your gravity spell what?
Can't be demi, so I have to use gravity.
I mean, I can conjure ice knives over top of them.
How far is it? Hey, Nick, how far was the default innate attack range again?
100 yards. Izzy, how many yards away are they actually?
Several hundred.
No, frankly, I'm not flying the ship into engagement range with the state it's currently in.
I could make it significantly stronger armor-wise, but no, that...
What?
Substantially stronger.
Yeah,
I'd go over, Nick. I'd go over and bop you on the head.
Hey! This both maybe helps us fight darkness and is interesting.
Once again, squawk at you with a scathing look.
I think Coco wants to leave, guys.
We might want to leave. Is there any way we can get... There's no way we could help rescue people or anything like that, right?
Not unless we want to break through that barrier, and that's a pretty hefty barrier.
They're around all sides.
They're not completely surrounding it. Think of it like satellites. They're flying in pockets around the ship. You could break through if you wanted to. They're not completely swarming the planet.
I'd much
What's
rather.
wrong that I can cast meteor?
Like, look, it would be interesting to see what
Seriously,
happens.
no one else bothered by that?
Yes.
What, Lex?
Out of character, yes, but
Yeah, no, in character, I have no idea. Out of character,
You know,
that's
in
fair.
character, I have zero clue what that means.
You know what it means out of character?
Okay, I've played FF 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
You should know what that means.
Yeah!
What means?
I would like to point out also that Meteor is a ability in Kingdom Hearts.
Meteor's an ability in a lot of games.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it has some implications in Final Fantasy.
Like, depends on which game you're talking about, because it's been in a bunch of them.
All right, so I need you guys to decide. 'cause
Yeah,
at this point,
varies based off which game you're in, but no. In character, Muriel is all for trying to do this. However, she is not in control of the ship.
So
in any sense.
Dr. Boyd does
yeah,
not
I
want
guess
try
we have
this.
to leave. I would like to
say
get
so.
closer to there, but I don't think we have the option.
It sounds like
I'm fine with staying out of engagement range and seeing what happens with the planet if it's going to be something that happens relatively quickly for the sake of experimentation. But I don't want to engage these guys right now.
well, you're going to lose your opportunity very soon because it looks like these two fleets that I put up there, the red one and the black one, there are other colors, obviously, but these two notice you guys are going to start heading towards your ship.
All right, we're
probably
leaving.
just leave.
Rial, let's head back to Daybreak Town.
fine. It pokes the microwave again. Why doesn't this do it?
It's a microwave.
A what?
It heats up food.
But you have fire magic for that.
Doesn't require mana.
Nor does fire magic once you know what you're doing. Watch. Ball of fire. I can just do this all day.
All the air is eaten up inside the cockpit, rocks fall, everybody dies.
Damn it, Muriella!
Now we have to go back to our last save point.
Your last save point was 2 minutes ago before the fireball showed up in the cockpit of pressurized air. All right.
Back to Day Broken Town.
Back to Day Broken Town.
Okay. Did you roll me a portal?
We're good.
Okay. The portal opens. Hey, Dr. Boy, you're going to need to make me a piloting check because there are some Titan-sized Heartless around this area, if you remember, that you're going to need to be avoiding.
My illusions.
Well, that happened.
All right, so to the critical failure table.
So did we just crash the ship on the way to Daybreak Town?
The ship. Wex, you might want to use that thing if you're going to use it.
I guess. That.
Where is the critical failure table?
Campaigns. It's at the back. It's actually mostly just for combat things. So this is mostly just you having spectacular failure.
I wanted to use it this whole time. So
okay. Well, one of the conditions was Dr. Boy fails his piloting check to get you out of the right portal. So congratulations, your serendipity is probably saving everybody's ass.
Yay.
Dan, just roll me 3 more d6 because I actually want to find a comparable thing. What page is it on in the campaigns thing?
So crit failure tables are on page 556.
11, Izzy.
Yep.
11 is just generally you fuck up and get smashed.
Okay, assuming I'm doing the unarmed one. Oh dear! A cheap weapon breaks or you lose your balance. Porque no las dos! As a Titan Heartless swings at you, Dr. Boy, you crank the steering wheel in such a way that you literally tear the steering wheel out from its harness. As the Titan's Heartless has a claw that just digs into the side of the ship. And you guys start spiraling into the realm of darkness. Fortunately, Coco walks over, sticks beak into where the steering wheel was, and manages to get you guys into a nearby portal, which opens up. And you guys are now at a... You guys are exiting out into a world. Oh, there are 2 options for you guys. There are 2 worlds nearby here.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
I will always give you guys 2 options, at the very least.
In the meantime, I'm going to roll to fix the steering wheel.
I'm going to say you can't do it until you land.
Does the one that we don't pick always explode?
You guys are assuming that world is exploding. You're making that You're making that assumption. I never said it was dying.
Okay, fair enough.
Where are my notes? Give me 1 second. I need to find the pairing of worlds right here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's interesting.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to find an appropriate pairing worlds because I figured you guys were going to be, doing research and then just picking some place to go.
Nope. We
land
on one of the nature documentaries.
I mean, with how fast Dr. Boy fixes things, we might be able to just set off and leave again.
I doubt that.
Fair enough.
Potentially.
I feel like the plot is going to prevent that.
Okay, so you guys there's only 1 world in front of you guys.
Oh boy.
I will describe the world, and then I will continue explaining what happens. The world appears to have a lot of large, vast oceans on it. It appears to be mostly a water world. However, there are large, mountainous regions that are mostly covered in ice and snow. You can clearly see them. The world itself doesn't even look spherical. It almost looks kind of star-shaped, with coming out to 2 points at both the north and south end of it. And there are
I know where this is.
and there are lights dancing on the north and south end of this. If you think you know where this is, Wex, type it to me. I'll tell you that you're
I'm
wrong.
probably wrong, but no, I think I'm wrong because they've used that. Never mind. We're down.
Can you describe it again?
Hashtag Star Earth confirmed.
So yes,
I have very little idea about a lot of Disney things, so I'm just not going to even bother guessing.
Sarah, can
Yeah.
you give me the description again?
okay. It appears to be mostly a water world. Okay, the oceans appear to surround the vast majority of the planet. However, there is one large landmass in the middle that goes all the way up to the northernmost pole, which then reaches high mountains up into the sky, and the same thing that goes down all the way to the South Pole, though the mountains are not quite as high. It does appear as though it is almost like a star-shaped world, kind of like so. So if here's...
I got nothing.
So let's see. One star based off water settings.
So this is...
Little Mermaid, Atlantis,
Is Ice Age
Moana.
Pixar?
So this would be what it kind of looks like.
Ice Age is DreamWorks.
Ice Age is DreamWorks. Mostly Water, Finding Nemo. Is that also DreamWorks or is that Pixar?
That's Pixar.
No, that's Pixar.
Pixar.
All right, so
DreamWorks
now...
World though.
All right, so that is the world you guys see.
Well, its ship is damaged. We have one habitable planet. I think we land on the one habitable planet.
Yeah.
This
Makes the most sense
I'm
to me.
gonna roll other hidden lore to see if I know anything about this in character.
Sure.
It's near Daybroken Town. I passed by 7.
It is. You are assuming it is by Daybroken Town, and you know that to be a falsity. If you go through the Dark Realms portals, act differently, especially if you don't have a set and exit point. If you exit somewhere prematurely, you could end up literally anywhere.
Fair. I still passed by 7. It is not quite a crit pass.
You do not know what this world is. You've never seen this.
Excellent. This will be exciting then.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're setting down.
The other thing you guys get is as you guys are flying towards it, you're going to notice that there are a lot of meteorites. Pretend that these gummy copters are now meteorites or comets, just large rocks. So your two options are this world, or you have a large set of, rocks and stuff. And you're actually going to get hailed on your comms.
That's unusual.
We had comms?
Yeah, of course we do.
Yeah, of course you do. Dr. Boy wouldn't send you out there without a phone. Haven't you heard of the gummy phone? It's essential to Kingdom Hearts 3. It lets you take selfies.
Most important part of phones.
Mayday! Mayday! Is anybody out there? Come in!
Oh, okay. Got it.
What?
I have another idea. I want to see if it plays out. Keep going.
Yes, come in.
Can we help
Oh.
them, or are we not going to be able to get them?
Hello, you're breaking up. Can you hear us? We're entering a meteor shower. We need aid. We're being chased. Over.
Is this a strange telepathy box?
It's a radio.
It's something that lets you talk to people over very long distances.
Do you have a set of coordinates you? So
Oh, like the scrying box.
Sure.
Submitting now. Please hurry. Our rear deflector shields are going out.
Ooh, they have deflector shields.
Actually going to be sending you coordinates that are in the meteor shower over here. And again, these
Dr. Boyd, do I need to make the ship stronger?
Please do.
Again, you guys need to fix steering. You do not have good steering, so you can go to world or you can head towards center of this meteor storm.
Can telekinesis fix steering if he tells me what to do?
You do not have a high enough tech level. Otherwise, yes, because you don't know what to pull correctly.
Can I roll to fix the steering wheel?
Yeah, you can. I'll let you do that.
I have plenty of scrap material.
Fair enough.
It tears up tiles off of the ground.
Pass by 6.
Oh my gosh, you had to sacrifice the microwave that Muriala loved so much.
It's the only thing that turns on when I poke it.
It's the only device that you know how to...
Okay, Izzy, what size mod is the ship?
Oh god. I want to say like a plus 20?
I'm going to point out, 100 yards is plus 10.
100 yards is plus 10?
Yes.
Well, we'll make it a plus 10.
Fucking great.
Well, you have until we get there to cast.
Again,
alright, well, I suppose I...
Again, who's out there? Over!
Plus...
Did you ever name your ship?
I didn't ever name my ship. Hold on.
Uriel's pulling out one of the random ass glass beads and casting a spell on the ship. The ship has plus 2 DR. Let's go in there and look at this.
I walk up to the radio and go, "Work!"
Sure, this is the gubby ship Wark.
That is such a bad name.
If these guys survive, I'll think of a new name later.
All right, congratulations. You now have access to the gummy ship Wark. There you go, Dan.
Oh, sorry, Izzy, plus 3 DR on the entire ship for this purpose.
I do not have access to the ship.
You will in a second. Give me a second.
Oh, you said I had it.
There you go. You have access to the Wark.
Delightful.
Actually, moment, I'm thinking. Dan, do you think DR is better or giving you a defense bonus is better?
I don't know how piloting this thing in a meteor shower works.
Is piloting really a concern right now, Izzy?
It can be.
Did he fix the steering wheel?
He did fix the steering wheel.
I give it a deflector shield instead of additional DR. You have plus 3 to all your defenses.
Cool.
All right.
Note, that does not protect our rear.
Do we have any spells that can protect the rear?
I'd have to cast it again, and I don't have the mana to do that right now.
Fair enough.
Yeah, FYI, space is low mana. All right, so you guys are...
Congrats, I cast the spell in low mana.
Yeah,
Good
you
job.
did.
What?
Nice.
All right, so you guys are headed towards the meteor shower.
Yep.
Wark, please, give us your coordinates.
I will send them over.
Looks like we're getting caught in a tractor beam. Help!
Izzy, I'm mostly going to be using the rest of my mana to deflect any meteors that are going to hit the ship.
Okay. Does anybody else want to be doing anything or just want to be on visuals? Is anybody have gunner and wants to sit on guns?
I have gunner, but I can't sit on guns.
No, you
What
can't.
makes you think I would have gunner?
Derp.
Clearly the Chocobo has gunner.
Chocobo is the best gunner.
I have crossbow. How does that relate to gunner?
I mean, I have crossbow and armory missile weapons.
Derp.
Look if there's a default.
Oh, Christ. Well,
I'm gonna have to learn how to make people breathe in space, aren't I? By the way, what even is space? Is it like water?
No, it is not.
Water's easy to make people breathe in.
It's
Gunnar-
the absence of matter.
Gunnar
Oh,
defaults to
so
Dex
it's
minus
like darkness, but for regular things.
All right, who has
No,
the
there's
Dex
just
Dex?
not even darkness there. There's just nothing. It's the void.
That
The endless abyss.
there's nothing that is nothing. That makes no sense.
Well, space is nothing.
Next, you're gonna tell me there's this weird number between 1 and -1.
Yeah,
You
that's a
mean
thing.
zero?
That's a
That's
thing.
not a thing.
Zero is totally a thing. You just
No,
can't
it's not.
divide by it.
Have nothing.
Moriala, there is clearly much we can learn from each other. For now, shut up and let me fly.
You
I
continue
mean,
arguing
you've been to
with.
kindergarten, right?
The hell's a kindergarten?
I mean, I haven't because I was homeschooled my entire life, but you have.
The what?
Webby, I don't think every world has a modern education system like ours did.
Oh, right, of course.
Okay, I got an education.
Yeah.
Fire. Obviously, I know what I'm doing.
Stop doing that. I keep having to cycle the airlock every time you light a fire in the cabin.
Yeah, I don't know if you know what you're doing because you keep burning out all of our oxygen.
Or what?
Air.
Fire doesn't burn air. Okay, well, I could make fire that burns air. It's
Actually,
a really
it does
bad
consume the
idea.
oxygen from the air as part of the combustion reaction.
I was able to make 3 sprites during this argument. That was fantastic.
All right, who has the best dex that isn't casting spells or piloting the ship?
Or trying to teach a gargoyle about physics.
It's not me, is it?
No, you also need to have hands and be able to move.
I can roll the IQ major penalty, but no, you're going to get physics at a different tech level than yours. I'm going to be talking about the luminous ether.
Come to think of it, Webby's the only other person that knows what a gun is.
Oh,
Webby,
no,
you're on
I know
gun.
what that is.
Webby does know what a gun is.
No,
Webby, you're
no,
on.
that one I know. I enchanted those.
I mean, technically, Basil knows what the boomstick is.
Yeah, but Basil can't work one.
It's like a strange crossbow that shoots tiny metal things, and then you light them on fire.
Congratulations,
no, it
Webby,
uses the
you're on
principle
guns.
of gunpowder, and every once in a while people use.
Woo!
Yeah, after Moriala gives that explanation, I am dubbing Webby the new gunner.
Alright, I'm just gonna put this world over in the corner now, so you guys don't have to worry
Dr.
about
Boy,
it.
you're not trusting me with guns?
Do you know how to work them?
Yeah, we have soldiers that have guns where I'm from.
Okay, congratulations, you're on guns.
I
Webby,
mean,
Webby, you're
In
back.
all honesty, guns make less sense than lasers. Like, light is obviously magic that burns things. That just makes sense. Throwing metal bits really fast does not make as much sense.
Are you saying this in character?
Yes, I'm saying this in character.
But light isn't magic, it's photons.
What's a photon?
It's a
No.
it's a
It's
microscopic.
like a really, really small thing that makes up light.
Oh my god.
I don't think we're going to succeed here. We might have more priorities.
No, it's basically just like fire, but it isn't exactly fire. You shoot things with them, and then they light on fire from a distance. And there's like a red ray that comes out of it.
God, this feels like explaining how life and death works all over again.
It never
I don't
leaves you,
forget
does
that
it?
at
It's
all.
basically a wand that people who don't know how to use magic use.
So how big of a how
Hey
big do
there.
these heartless seem?
Those aren't heartless, those are meteors. I
Or
don't
how big do these meteors seem?
some of them are the size of your ship, others are like 10 times your ship. Like some of them you can land your ship on. Others are, the size of your ship. Others are small enough that they could come crashing through your cockpit if you're not careful.
The ones that I can deflect, I will deflect with magic. Izzy, I leave it up to you to determine how large the ones I can deflect with magic are.
Fair enough.
Arian, for now, conserve energy. Focus on the ones that are small enough that I probably can't avoid them easily.
Where should I put a giant gravity well?
I'm not sure we want to be throwing out gravity wells while we're in the middle of this.
Yeah, gravity does pull everything closer to it.
Yeah, but you can also use that to slingshot such.
I wonder. You know, when I have more mana available, I should definitely see whether or not haste works on the ship.
Definitely an experiment for another day. I'd like to reinforce the ship before we start casting time spells.
Alright. So, you guys are getting closer and closer. Is anybody responding on the comms?
You broke up,
So,
Izzy.
for reference, the gunner skill defaults to dexterity -4.
Yep.
The two of you can fight over the gunner thing. I don't care.
I feel like Webby and Nergal are still arguing about what physics means.
Probably.
Over the comms. Help! Hurry! They've almost pulled us completely in!
What do you mean there's like 100 elements? There's 4 elements.
No, those are just the Grekian elements. I'm talking about the periodic table of elements.
What
No,
is pulling you
Fire,
in?
water, earth, air. Every combination of these makes up with everything with some luminous ether in the mix in order to make the mixtures make sense.
Oh no!
That's not how it works.
They've got us in the... They got us in the tractor beam! They're docking!
What has you?
So, in the distance, you guys see this.
Yep.
Oh god
Yep.
damn it. Oh god fucking damn it.
Motherfucker!
God damn it, Izzy.
It's Disney.
Oh, it is Disney. Oh god.
Oh.
Oh, you
Hurry!
son of a
Please!
bitch.
This is the tentative 4! Requesting backup!
You piece of shit.
Hurry, we've got to go help them!
Yeah.
I want to fight a guy with a laser sword.
You don't know that's waiting for you.
Wait, lasers can be swords?
I think I
No,
know
they
that's
actually
waiting
can.
For you.
That's physically impossible.
Well, I mean, fire can turn into a sword. I've done that. The whips are honestly easier to use.
Ten of 4. We are on it. We are on course to meet you in. How far out are we, Izzy?
You're like 2 minutes out, and they...
Wait a second. How large is that thing?
Okay, so this tiny ship... Here, let's give you guys an appropriate scale. I can't make you guys...
Oh, no. Out of character, I know the appropriate scale. In character, you're also like, wait a second. How big is that thing as we're getting closer and closer to it?
Actually, how big is the blockade runner in comparison to our ship?
The blockade runner is about twice the size of your ship.
Christ.
And note, blockade... Like, the gummy ship is like... twice the size of your typical X-Wing, Y-Wing in length.
Yeah.
Like, it is not a big ship. It's... Actually, you want to know what's a good comparison for the gummy ship? It's like an oddly shaped Millennium Falcon, as far as scale goes.
Okay, yeah.
That's a good determination for your ship.
We are so
Hooray.
little compared to the Star Destroyer.
Wait. Is that like a city flying around?
Either
Izzy,
that,
do
or it's a
I get to
massive
recognize
spaceship.
what this is?
Holy cow, it's a giant spaceship.
Oh, what the hell?
The thing is, this is above my tech level.
Yeah.
It is...
How does it... Man, that must be really costly to animate.
To animate?
Well, yeah,
magically animate
It has
because
to be some sort
clearly
of
none of
it
this.
has to be an animated object.
It's not animated. It's
It
made of metal. It's a giant space station.
Yeah, and like
too big to be a
animated
space station.
carriages also work. It's just, man. Oh, I have to see what sort of monoreactors they have.
It's probably a fusion reactor, not mana.
A fusion reactor.
Yes, it's very fascinating. It's all very, very exciting.
A sense of utter confusion.
Okay, so what does it fuse? Is it like, I mean, light and
Hydrogen!
darkness doesn't make much sense.
What she said.
Maybe fire and air?
Sort of. But not
I mean,
really.
those are definitely the most energetic elements. Fire, air, and a bit of ether.
It uses the same power that powers a star.
Yeah, fire, air, and ether.
Well, but you can draw a periodic table for Muriella, right?
So you tell
I
me.
can try.
So you telling me? So should I fire on that thing?
No. Please
Okay, so I pull out my journal and start drawing a periodic table to show Muriella.
Webby, you're on guns.
Okay, so what is H and U and I and C?
These are the symbols for the elements.
There's too many elements in that.
I throw
Well, I
up
don't
my
know very many of them,
dear.
but
I throw up the stone on the nearest table.
Why the stone?
Okay, Webby, if that's a symbol of the elements, what element is Lux?
I don't really know. Lux is kind of outside of my knowledge of how this all works.
I mean, I'm assuming it's a derivative of ether, but I'm not really sure yet.
I'm not sure ether is a thing.
Okay, then how else does light get from stars to places?
I said it earlier. It's made of photons.
Okay, so photons are ether.
I guess.
All right, I suppose they could be if they're an aspect of ether. That makes sense. I'm just gonna keep going if no one interrupts us.
Hey, Izzy.
It's amusing.
Yo.
I fire on the Star Destroyer.
I told you not. You were drawing
That's
a periodic table.
Not brilliant, but okay.
Aren't
I
we
told
many
you.
miles away still?
Well, we were like 2 minutes out back when you first started arguing about the number of elements.
What kind of gun is it? It's space. It'll travel forever.
I interrupt Muriella. I pick up the stone and kind of like nudge her and like try to show it to her.
I'm going to look at the stone and put my hand on Kogo so I have an actual understanding of what he's saying.
So
I mean,
the stone is flashing brighter than it was when you guys run the previous world.
Okay, so we might have actually found the place this comes from. Maybe. I'm not sure.
Is it emitting energy?
It appears to be emitting some kind of mana. Oh, you guys never... Wex and Nick never told you guys the stone's full deal, did they?
oh, no, we didn't.
No, we didn't. Not at all.
No, we did not.
Oh dear.
I can't communicate that, so have fun.
Well, hopefully we don't get a visit by some sort of nightmare in darkness when we're... This thing is so big! Dr. Boy, how far away are we from it? It just keeps getting bigger.
Well, we're only about a minute out from its gravity well, but,
we might have a problem.
This thing's gotta be as big as Duckburg.
Maybe
Maybe
we're doing for an
bigger.
hour or so.
Wait, what did you say, Muriella?
You might if what happened last time happens this time, you might want to aim us somewhere where we don't have to care about what we're doing for like an hour.
Why?
Well, the stone is continuously emitting even more lux, and last time this happened, Coco and I wound up seeing things. Might be the right word for quite some time. Incidentally, I'm gonna pull up my bangle and see if it can absorb some of the what's being emitted.
Well, if the sensors are anywhere near as advanced as the engine, there's very little chance they... this point. I doubt we're going to be able to break contact.
Izzy, what rate is this thing giving off energy?
Same rate as before, it's just pulsing brighter as it does. However, I will tell you this, the bangle is not absorbing anything that's coming off of it.
Can I try channeling it towards the bangle?
It will fail. Just
Damn it.
straight up. That said, it is traveling somewhere close by.
Okay, can I figure out where it's going towards?
It's somewhere in the... It's still a far distance away, but it is close enough that the energy is not zipping into another dimension.
Is it going towards the giant thing or the planet?
Good question.
Thaumatology. Is it going towards the giant thing or the planet?
Pass by 9. The planet.
Dr. Boy, bring us to the planet. Something there is absorbing the lux coming off of this stone.
But we've got to help the person in the little spaceship.
I feel like they are already done.
They're already? Are they still visible below the Star Destroyer?
Oh, they're still visible below the Star Destroyer.
How do we know which?
So
Destroy its tractor
already-
beam!
Yeah, no. They are in a tractor beam. And actually, you're going to hear... Wark! Come in, Wark! Are you there?
We're here.
We're being boarded! Hurry! Save us! You have to get the... to the... We have to protect the... So the princess...
I hope R2-D2 is here so I can have the greatest conversations with him.
I'm still touching Coco in case Coco wants to say something.
Alright, they may have information we need. Let's see what we can do for them.
I mean, you can't read my mind, just my feelings about things.
I'm still asking, what are you feeling about this?
A little confused, but this feels like where we're supposed to be. Broadly. I'm not really sure specifically what's going on.
I mean, if I could pull mana from the stone, I could definitely give us a better chance at
What?
something. Yeah, I know! You don't want me to do that! I'm just saying I could!
Swallow the stone.
I was thinking of taking out my book again to see how they interact again, but okay.
Alright, come in. How do we dock with you?
You have to... And watch out for the...
I swear to God.
That was cryptic.
Alright.
All
What
right.
need the roll to figure out how to dock with their frickin' ship?
First off, roll me perception, and then it would probably be an engineering of some kind.
Do all of us roll perception?
Oh, all of you are rolling perception.
Pass by 0.
Nope! I have no idea what's going on.
Pass by 4.
Now roll my engineering.
Pass by 1.
Crit pass perception?
Nice.
I see everything.
Pass by 1.
Okay, so for everybody who passed, the thing that has got this glowing blue beam that is surrounding this ship, the Tanative 4, a second one that looks very similar to it is starting to turn and face the Wark.
That looks like some sort of laser.
It's probably the same sort of
it's called a
beam.
tractor beam. It's a super sci-fi tech future thing that sucks ships in.
Oh, so it's a gravity wand. That makes sense.
To mute, it looks like a very large trash can was just ejected from the Tanative 4.
I'll point that out that something got ejected.
I
Is
will
that
try-
the thing they
I will
wanted
try
us to
healing the
grab?
Tanative 4 one more time.
Izzy, how far away is it?
What, the garbage can or the Tanative 4?
The garbage can.
Space distance. Far.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to catch that.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm trying to hail the Tanative 4 time.
What are you saying?
I'm going to say, Tanative 4, come in. What's your status? You just ejected something.
Like, oh God! You're hearing blaster fire. And then you're hearing over, in the background. and then zzz, zzz,
No, weird person we didn't know.
and the comms go dead after that strange. It sounded like plasma cutting through air.
All right.
Dr. Boy? It looks like there might be another one of those tractor laser beam grabber things that's gonna come for us if we don't get out of here.
Yeah, we can't risk tracking. We can't risk docking with the ship with a.
Do we want to grab the thing that they threw out? I mean,
Let's
they're
go
throwing out
towards
metal
it.
all over the place, but
All
that
right.
looks important.
I'm gonna reverse course and head towards the can.
Which is probably making it down to planet before we get there.
Izzy,
Not
when we get
necessarily.
within range, I'll try and telekinesis it to the ship. But
This is a roll off. This is going to be a roll off.
what's it a roll off of?
You guys are going to need to roll your telekinesis and your piloting.
Okay.
I'm gonna use throw spell for this telekinesis, so that will be a bit better. Izzy, what range penalty do you want me to roll this at, or is it just a straight roll off?
Well, you're probably several hundred miles away from it, so...
Yeah, I mean that gap closes very quickly as the doctor flies closer towards it.
Yeah, I passed by 2.
I pass by a 7, which means I grab it once it's within 50 yards.
Okay, let me just
That's
make a quick
going to
roll
be
off.
hard to grab with 50 yards, isn't it?
This is the maximum range I'm able to do things at. This is
Like-
turns out.
Okay, let me just make a quick roll. Oh, I think Muriala takes it.
Well, that messes with the plot.
So, as you guys are approaching it, Dr. Boy is flying closer. A portal to darkness appears to open right in front of where this trash can thing is flying, as though it's about to eat it up. And right before it enters the portal, Muriala manages to snag it with telekinesis and push it towards the ship.
Where was it heading by default? Was there another planet other than the water one it was heading to, or...
It was not heading towards the water one.
Just out into
It
space.
was just heading out into space.
Alright, I'm gonna pull it into the ship.
I didn't make sprites for these guys.
Were you expecting us to chase them into the portal?
I was not expecting this to trigger today!
Oops.
This is what crit failures do, is it? They completely break your plans.
We Star Fox the shit out of this session.
We did.
Do a barrel roll.
You know what? Yeah, I could handle an image of the two of them. I doubt they will.
We know exactly what's gonna happen.
Yeah, you know exactly who's
We
in
know
there.
who's on the pod.
Yeah.
And
Guys, who's on the pod? I don't know what we're talking about here.
Clearly, Wally and Eve.
I was wondering what's up with the actual.
Wally and Eve.
I was wondering what's up with the
Definitely
planet
Wally.
itself, but
All right. So yeah. So you guys get the pod. You dock with it very quickly, and it opens up, and there are these two robots in it.
Oh, golems. That makes sense.
One of them is okay. It's C-3PO and R2D2. I'm not even gonna bother describing it. It's C-3PO and R2D2.
Oh no, that seems kind of lazy, Izzy.
I don't know. I'm like, oh.
What is a tall golden encrusted
Izzy,
humanoid, and the other is a
there was a game that was being run by Dylan where someone's character sheet was your Darth Vader. They didn't know who Darth Vader was.
I was in that game. It was hilarious.
Yep.
wait, how?
Because some people that didn't watch Star Wars during childhood have taken it as a point of pride that they have now not watched Star Wars.
It's true.
Yeah, that's basically the
You
reason.
don't have to watch Star Wars to know who Darth Vader is.
Or do you?
No, you really don't.
So, yeah,
It
just like,
is actively avoiding finding out anything related to Star Wars characters.
oh,
No,
okay.
it's pretty hard to not figure out who Darth Vader is.
There's dedication there. All right, let's see.
I'm not gonna. I'd more call it willful ignorance than dedication at that point.
Yep.
All right,
Yeah,
so you guys now have R2D2 and C-3PO on your
Like,
ship.
because avoiding
because-
that
oh,
requires
cool.
actively avoiding the
If
information
humans
in.
can't breathe in the water that is space, or the ether that is space, then obviously they would send golems out.
You're expecting them to get eaten by the portal, you?
I wasn't expecting you to hit this particular plot point until, like, Empire Strikes Back. Again, this is happening in the background, whether you guys are there to deal with it or not.
Knows where we ended up.
This is the perfect world for us to wind up in.
So there, you guys have C-3PO and R2-D2.
You're welcome, by the way.
Completely ruining the entire plot of this movie, by the way, guys.
I love
Oh,
it.
We need to find where Obi-Wan Kenobi is now.
Oh, it's gonna be. Oh my god, I want to meet Obi-Wan. That's gonna be great.
Can I learn to use the Force?
It can be an option.
How does it work when we're
All
like
of us
our
spend
space travels
forever
between
just learning
dimensions
how to
instead
use
of
the
planets?
Gonna be pretending to be a Jedi the entire time.
Alright, here we go.
Okay, so yeah, so you have these droids now. They're just gonna kind of look at you, and you're gonna look...
Cool! They're robots!
What's a robot? They're obviously golems.
Can we not get into this argument right now?
I beg your pardon, I am C-3PO, Human Cyborg Relations, and this is my
A
counterpart,
cyborg? Does that mean you're
R2-D2.
part human?
What does cyborg mean?
I walk over to R2-D2 and stare at him.
Cyborg means you replace parts of your body with machine.
Well, he
Hi,
said human
can you tell
cyborg
us what just happened?
relations. Doesn't mean he's a cyborg.
Oh.
Oh,
Hi,
fuck
I'm-
me!
I am Dr. GD Boy. I am the captain of this vessel.
Ah, a pleasure to meet you, Captain.
Dr. Boy, you might want to move us away from the laser guns.
Yeah, like
We are flying
so
away from
where
laser
were you
guns.
Trying to...
You can
So
rotate the
what was
ship and
going
fly
on
it
there?
away.
We're kind of new in the area.
Oh yeah. Hold on. How do
You know,
rotate?
our ship that's not in great shape.
We should find somewhere to land.
I gave us a deflector shield, we're fine.
Well, we probably can't outrun the Star Destroyer. I guess we'll sort of try to make our way to the planet.
Go to the planet, don't land in water.
So the Star Destroyer cannot really navigate through the meteor storm without turning all of its guns on it because of how big they are.
All right. Well, we'll use the meteor storm as cover, and make our way to the planet.
Okay.
So does it need
This is
to?
so cool! Do you have laser eyes? Do you have missile pods? Where are your missile pods?
I'm sorry, miss. I don't know what you mean by missile pods.
Wait, laser eyes, but you can put
Why would
lasers in
So,
people's
is there
eyes.
anywhere we can help you get to, since it looks like your ship got in trouble?
But a droid like this is a robot like this is mostly meant for, as mentioned, human cyber relations. It's probably mostly a some sort of diplomat. I would imagine they don't have any sort of.
Is there?
Yes, I'm
anywhere we...
I'm a protocol droid. I understand several forms of etiquette and dialect, as well as speak over 6 million forms of communication.
I offer R2-D2
Oh,
and show green.
Ooh, C-3PO, can you help me translate this book then?
Oh, fuck me.
Izzy, you did not see this coming.
He does translate languages, including ones he's never encountered before.
It's true, he does.
Yep.
Oh, you done fucked up now, is he?
Fortunately, my way around this is that some of the book is written in magic, and C-3PO does not recognize magic.
It's fine, as long as he translates whatever he can.
He's gonna start by saying there's a page referencing your exploits in some place called Radiant Garden.
Called what?
Because I will not stop making that bad joke.
Izzy, you broke up during that.
Referencing exploits in a place called Radiant Garden.
Yeah.
I don't know what that actually means.
Sean, would you care to elaborate? Or Shiro, would you like to explain that?
So the world we were just on, it turns out that world is now called Radiant Garden. That means it is an important world in Kingdom Hearts mythos.
I meant the fact that whatever relevant book the party has keeps a log of it, like where you've been and what you've done, like a journal.
Yeah, it's our Jiminy's journal as well.
Ah. Well, I'll remember where to go in case I need to drain a bunch of mana from random crystals again.
Also, that World Radiant Garden's coordinates are listed in the book since you guys have been there.
Also be in the ship's computer.
And in the ship's computer, yes.
So, so C3PO and R2, who animated you? Because you have a lot of agility.
I'm sorry, miss, I don't know what you mean by agility.
I apologize. Have a less sophisticated understanding of technology. They get a
The
little...
one who created you gave you motion.
Yes, that is what it means to have created me.
Yeah, who was that?
I don't
A
remember.
man known as Anakin Skywalker, who later became Darth Vader.
C-3PO has had his memory wiped at this point, recall.
I would imagine...
R2-D2, none of us speak droid, so we can't understand R2-D2.
Yeah,
Does R2-D2 accept my Gishel Green?
R2-D2 will poke its head down and just kind of whistle and, you know...
Work!
I think they're planning against us.
Watch your language, R2. Oh, hello, what was your name now? Looking at Coco.
This is Coco.
Oh my god.
This ought to be interesting.
Does C-3PO understand Chocobo?
Wark, it's a pleasure to meet you, Wark. No, no, because Wex Took cannot speak.
Correct. That's what I thought.
I was going back and forth in my head, and I'm like,
He
no.
was named Coco.
Oh,
Yeah.
a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Coco. Holds out hand. You're probably going to peck at it.
I do.
He seems to just accept it.
I try to bite it.
So,
No, why was your spaceship being chased by that gigantic space station thing?
I don't actually know. We were just on a diplomatic mission to... I don't remember what that planet's name was called.
Alderaan?
No, it was not Alderaan.
yeah, this planet looks nothing like Alderaan.
Yeah.
Hoth?
Hoth.
Based on that
After
map.
global warming.
Basically,
I'm out of planets in the Star Wars universe that I know the name of.
I mean, it's not Naboo, it's not Coruscant.
I played KOTOR, but that's all I mainly remember, and it's not any of those.
Okay, I'm going to go... I reserve the right to redact this later on. But I believe it is... Adu?
Holy Terra!
For those of you who have seen Rogue One, that planet, that ended
Yep.
the movie,
Yep.
I think that's the name of it.
So, pointing at the main screen, is that the planet you were supposed to go to?
Oh no, that was several jumps to light speed prior to us entering this sector.
You have a light speed engine?
Light speed?
Doesn't everyone? To access hyperspace?
Is that
This is
what
the
you call
coolest
the
thing I've ever been a part of.
corridors? Is that what you call the corridors to darkness?
The what?
Again,
The way you travel between worlds very quickly.
R2-D2 is going to beep and whistle a lot. C-3PO is going to look at him. He's saying that's not quite right. Mission? What mission? What are you talking about?
Oh, is there somewhere we can get you to, or is there something we can help you with?
What were those forces that boarded your ship? We heard plasma fire and some sort of
That was the
chemical.
that was
It sounded like lasers, sort of.
that was the Galactic Empire. They were attacking our ship.
So you have a mission, though? What's your mission?
I don't know what he's been prattling on about.
Can you translate?
R2-D2, tell us what your mission is.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
C-3PO, can you translate? Because I don't understand what beep boop boop meep beep means.
R2 pulls up a little starts projecting a little image, and you all see that.
Which version are we gonna get?
Which version?
Help me, Obi-Wan
Okay,
Kenobi.
the version we should actually.
So, Is
What version
Obi-Wan
did you think
Kenobi
we
like
were
a general or a wizard or?
I haven't any idea. I think that's just something that's fallen loose in his memory bank. And he's just going to kind of smack
R2. Do
R2.
you know where Obi-Wan is or how we could find him?
R2 is actually going... Okay, here's the sound you guys hear. From R2-D2. Give me a second.
Like, we have our very limited navigation thingy. If, like, you know where Obi-Wan is, maybe we can get there.
You all hear this coming out of R2-D2 when you ask him where he is.
Oh boy. So I'm just gonna say this. Let's go see what's up with that strange planet, and maybe they'll be able to help.
None of us know how to, like,
Fix
I don't know,
a
like,
robot?
seer-
No.
Fix a robot or, like, use a seer or oracle spell thingy to find stuff. Magically
probably-
find stuff.
I can magically find specific things, but I doubt I can't find a person.
So, Izzy, how many tech levels below this am I?
Oh, jeez.
Star Wars is almost certainly TL12.
Let
Where's
me
the tech level list?
let me actually look at the tech level list. You are at a penalty again.
I'm not sure about that. It starts jumping a lot when it gets to the higher levels.
What page is tech level on?
Look at page 512 in the campaigns book. Okay, it's certainly at least TL11. Portable fusion power is TL11. Portable antimatter is TL12.
TL11 is the age of exotic matter.
And look at
Star
what the
Wars,
Sun
short
Crusher
story
does.
tech level.
Sun Crusher is almost certainly TL12. As is the Death Star.
Did you say?
Let's see. Transportation appears to be a mature TL.
I'm gonna say TL. I'm gonna say TL11.
TL11.
Yeah.
Along with a select number of TL12 super weapons. Power appears to be TL10 or TL11. Biotechnology / medicine appears to be TL9.
Okay, I'm gonna just make the ruling. It's
TL10.
I mean,
TL10
General
or
Grievous
11.
is TL10 at least.
TL10 or 11, depending on whether or not you bump down for lower medical or you bump up because of all the weaponry.
The thing that throws me into saying it's TL10, not TL11, is the description of gray goo and defensive nanites under weapons and armor.
What page?
However, the plasma thrower, the hyper lasers are definitely compact particle beam weapons.
All right, you know what? I'm just gonna say this is TL 10.5.
All right.
That makes sense.
10 with a bunch of super science.
Yes.
All right, so I'm at a decent penalty then. So I'm TL, I think 8. But I can try it. What's my penalty to mechanic?
I believe.
If you are TL8 going at TL10, you're at -10.
Oh.
Hey, Izzy, do I have any new pages in my book now?
No.
Damn.
And, yeah, higher TLs are brutal.
Well, it's not an unmakeable roll. Yeah, it's an 8.
Roll a 1.
Nope. Not a crit fail, but I clearly am not able to fix it.
Let's go see what's on this planet that might help us.
Yeah, let's see what we can find.
Do you guys know what this planet is?
That's a good question.
I've never seen this planet before. I'm sorry, they recently did a full maintenance on me.
Do you have any kind of star maps or any sort of?
I mean, I don't have anything like that, but R2.
R2, could
The
you maybe
C-3PO, how often
could you
are
maybe
you
interface
forced
with our
to
ship's
go make
computer and download whatever information you can give us?
R2 is going to jack into your computer, and then you're going to get that second link again.
Crap. All right, so whatever we need to fix R2 before we can get any decent information about.
Hey,
I'm actually gonna bookmark that. That's useful.
Do you know if the escape pod was ejected just randomly or if it had a destination?
Yeah, could we try seeing if there was any like coordinates in the
I literally snatched it out of going into a doorway to darkness.
Well, no, but that popped up randomly. That was
that
ended.
popped up randomly. Did it have a place that was going on it?
You can check the coordinates.
Let's check the coordinates.
Do any of us have the ability to check the coordinates?
Someone roll me navigation.
I don't know.
Hold on.
Ignore, ignore for a moment the fact that if it doesn't have light, that if the pod didn't have light speed capability, and it was going anywhere other than the planet below it, it would basically never arrive.
You're gonna point out all of our rolls for IQ-based skills are gonna be at -10 in this world.
Well, not stuff like navigation. Fell by 1 on navigation.
You do not get anything.
Okay.
That still might be trying to read a light speed map, Dan.
Well, this is just well, we can see what the trajectory of the pod based on what our sensors were reading. We don't have to go off their light speed map.
So is the blue screen what we got after the
blue
after the Obi-Wan?
The blue screen is whenever you ask R2 a question that it can't seem to answer, it makes that noise like something's broken and it's inside of it.
Okay. I don't think that, just in general, is buying up tech level a thing?
You need to be exposed to a lot more high level stuff for an extended period of time.
Okay.
But yes, I would allow it in this campaign. Especially for those of you who are stupidly low tech level.
Nope, it's hilarious.
I think that's pretty much me. I mean,
I'm really low.
I might be able to the physics.
Dude, I am hilariously low tech level. It's great.
All right,
Magic will do that.
Mm-hmm.
Magic does not necessarily do that. I'm gonna point out, I know what lasers are.
So, damn, I did not prep this world as much as I thought I did. I prepped all the other worlds that I thought you guys might have been going to. Let's actually pull up my GM notes.
How?
I mean, we could always wrap early and just...
Oh, no. Here's my notes on this world. Okay, we're good. All right, so you guys, where are you landing on this world? Important question.
I need somewhere that we can actually hide the ship, because I don't want the Star Destroyers to be able to find us easily once we land.
Presumably on the land.
So you could land in the ocean. That'll block any signals because you'll be underwater.
Yeah,
the problem then is you're underwater.
Yeah, this is not the fucking Enterprise. I'm not submerging the ship.
Okay, so then there's the...
We'll have to find the whales then.
No, we're not finding the whales. Never
Whales!
So
Fuck
that,
you.
So then there's the land area. As you get closer, it appears that all the land mass on this planet is pretty much like a frozen tundra and ice floats.
So nothing's really settled that we can see?
I mean... Again, when you're approaching, are you going to fly around the entire planet? Because you probably, with the repairs you need to do, you probably don't have enough juice. You need to pick a spot as you're approaching. You continue your glorious tradition of crash landing on planets.
We're not crash landing this time. We just fell into a portal. Let's see. I wonder...
Izzy, perception passed by 7 to point out where settlements might be that he could land near.
I put something in the general chat for all of you.
I appreciate that.
Is it how much we're failing? Fail forward. Always fail forward.
Okay, look, pressure's not that big a deal. Or, turn into a squid.
That's actually genius. I'm going to pull that over here.
That's pretty great.
Dear Lord, there's over 100 atmospheres of pressure. How many atmospheres can the ship withstand? Well, it's a space. Let's say between 0
It's a spaceship, so somewhere between 0 and 1.
Genius. Okay,
The writing in that show is so good.
It's amazing. I love it.
I still want to know what the heck all the numbers are on Basil's icon.
Although what?
You see all those little red dots at the top of your character icon? I don't know what those are. Like, you put them there, I don't know what they are.
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
Like, I legit have no idea what those are.
But if the GM doesn't know, obviously they're not supposed to be important.
Yeah. In any case, so...
It's a secret to even the GM.
Muriala, as you guys are approaching, like, on a couple of the ice floats, you see, like, very few standing structures from a distance. And when I say from a distance, they are hard to spot. You'll see, like, one, and it's an igloo.
Oh, God.
Can I point him to somewhere where I think raw materials might be?
Okay, you have a frozen tundra with ice floats that are floating on the water. You have tundra, frozen and frigid tundra areas. Then you have the two mountains at the north and south end of the planet.
Mountain.
Which one?
Does my perception roll give me an idea about either one being better?
One is taller than the other. That is all you get.
Taller
mountain.
All right, we'll go hide in the taller mountain.
Hey, Dr. Boy,
Let's try to land.
roll me a landing check at -2.
God.
When I realize this is happening, I'm casting armor on myself, Webby, Mute, C-3PO, and R2-D2.
All the important people.
I'm not even gonna roll damage. I'm assuming at some point you're just gonna put in, crash webbing or something, because this keeps happening, Dan.
Crash what?
Webbing. Read Star Wars. They're effectively like airbags for spaceships.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it's actually the problem is we didn't get to stop anywhere to actually start operating the ship.
Yep.
At least we have an astromech droid, a blue screening astromech droid.
It's true. Yeah, so you guys are gonna land. You're gonna hear, like, the ship groan and screech as you end up, wedging the ship between two of the peaks on that top mountain.
Wow.
In the background, you hear C-3PO messed in a tangle of wires saying, "Help! I think I'm melting! This is all your fault!" And then R2 blows a raspberry at him.
It's definitely Dr. Boy's fault. Also, I can't fix you yet. I'm trying to figure that out.
Yeah, R2's gonna drop his third wheel and start, fixing C-3PO.
Okay, how are you fixing metal with lightning? Also, how does lightning even work?
That's like...
Muriala, that is far too involved a discussion for...
No, I mean, it makes sense. People conjure it and you can pull power from it, but I still don't get the fundamental idea. Is it like air and fire with a bit of ether, or...
Do you really want me to try to explain it to you?
I need to know how it works in order to master it.
Get enough heat to melt the metal a little bit, and you can make it melt to other pieces of metal.
R2, I don't suppose you could help me work on...
Does that sum it up?
Ship, could you?
Dr. Boy, what's the atmosphere like out? What's it like
I
outside?
pull out the stone again.
Izzy, what are my sensors telling me about
What
the
is the
atmosphere?
stone doing?
Okay, two things. First off, the sensors are telling you that it is breathable air, livable. Outside it is just cold.
How
What
cold?
is the important question? What mono level is it?
Oh, this world? High.
Oh,
Alright.
wonderful.
I'm just getting off the ship.
It is cold. It is not like below freezing. Like, people can walk around here. You just need like a heavy coat.
You are not allowed to cut me open and be inside me to survive the night.
As far as the stone is concerned, Wex, the stone is no longer pulsing. It's
just glowing.
It's just constantly glowing.
Is it glowing brighter if I hold it in a certain direction?
No, it is just constantly glowing.
Looking around from the peaks that we're wedged between, is there any sign of civilization anywhere?
Okay, before you do that, your ship... Where's the ship?
Are we gonna crash from our crash position?
Did I delete the gummy ship?
You did.
Oh, damn. Okay, so this is what your current predicament is looking like, guys. Here's your gummy ship. And here's the peaks. kind of a steep drop.
Ooh, boy. At this rate, this ship might be on pace to rival the Sun Chaser in terms of crashes.
Is it daytime or nighttime?
So
It is daytime.
Balls. Well, I mean, I can levitate anyone who needs to get out of the ship out of the ship. I'm not sure how we're getting down from here. No, Dr. Boy, I cannot levitate the ship.
I didn't expect you could. Don't worry.
Busy
The repair should...
civilizations?
Well, actually,
you
how much does the ship weigh?
make me a perception check. The answer is too much. I'm confident you can't lift the ship.
If I had enough mana, I probably could. That spell's actually uncapped. It's just, it would require an insane amount of mana.
I mean, considering the ship can fly, it can fly. That's probably not a useful use of mana.
Pass by 0?
Oh, if it gets you back down to a place where you can fix it more easily.
Actually, how much does the ship weigh?
I'm honestly going to bet the ship weighs something like, what, 20 tons or in that
More
vein?
than that if it's the length of a football field.
Yeah, hold on. To answer your question, Webby, it does look like there's a small tribe below you.
What?
Tribe of humans below you guys.
Hey, it looks like there's a tribe of some people down there.
Hey, C-3PO, what's the dominant species or race in this area? Like, are we sufficiently normal around here?
I've never been to this world, sir. However, I would expect that since humans are the most prominent species across the galaxy, that it would be humans.
Really? Humans again?
There's a lot of those things, aren't there?
There is, and it's annoying. Like, so many of them are so boring.
So, Izzy, how much of a drop is it?
Before you guys can, like, find a ledge to get on, only, like, 20 feet.
I can levitate people that far.
Mm-hmm. As far as this ship, it looks like about 200 tons. I'm using the Firefly and
Okay.
And the Millennium Falcon as a basis, but that seems to be a general ballpark.
Hey, Coco.
Mariola's just gonna sit there, like, counting on her fingers for a bit.
Hey, Coco, would you mind us investigating the area while they try and figure out how to get this ship up and running again?
Yeah, I'm gonna go down and meet the locals. Maybe they can help us.
Yeah, theoretically, if I can teach a bunch of you how to cast the spell, we can lift the ship and move it down. But the amount of mana it takes is going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, how do we get down?
Yeah, Steve is
Levitate you to a cliff. Levitate Webby to a cliff. Levitate Orion to a cliff. Hey, C3PO and R2, do you want to join us?
I'd rather...
Oh, hold on. I know what to do here.
Oh, no.
Mark, how many people want to get on?
Yeah, Rex can just do this.
Well, no, can I? Without help?
You need probably help with Muriala, but you can get most of the party down safely.
Oh, I can? Okay, I thought it was too steep for that.
No, you could just jump that.
All right, done.
It's a long fall that I will cushion your fall with telekinesis, but...
Sure.
R2 and C-3PO are going to say they'd prefer to stay with the ship, and R2 is going to kind of roll over to one of the panels and start making repairs.
They said they'd prefer to stay on the ship?
Yes.
Also, I never expected this advantage of mine to actually come up. I'm perfectly comfortable in this cold, most likely.
Wait, I thought it was warm.
It's cold.
Oh.
Like you need a very thick jacket, like, to stay warm. Like, this is like dead of the winter. It's not freezing. Well, it is freezing temperatures, but, like, it's not like it's below zero. It is like it is a balmy 20 degrees outside.
That sucks.
Yay.
55 minus 26.
I might be the most warmly dressed of us.
Oh, no. Mariola's not changed. I was like, oh, this is pretty nice. Can't believe
it's really cold.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty cold out.
It's perfectly reasonable. Like, oh right.
Maybe for you.
I used the trench coat that I pulled out of my hat earlier.
All right. Look, conjure survival at hand. Wait, Webby, you should know how to do this, don't you?
Do what?
You have magic in your. You have magic, don't you? I can feel it.
I do?
You have a keyblade.
Well, yeah, but that's like a magical artifact or something.
Every keyblade wielder I've ever met can cast magic.
Seriously? I
Yeah?
can cast magic?
Hey, Izzy, can I roll teaching?
Yes, you may.
I want to teach Webby how to make fire.
I'm pretty sure that can apply to everybody in this mana.
Oh, it can. Anyone in this world can cast this spell if you're willing to listen. Well, there's technically two spells. It's not. The first is to light things on fire. The second is to just create fire out of nothing.
Oh, if it's just creating fire, I could do it if we found some wood.
Fire out of nothing. I mean, technically speaking, if we really wanted to, I could light the snow on fire, but it's really hard to stop that.
This is so dumb.
Okay, what is the check to actually cast these spells at this mana level? Because I'm looking for them.
Oh, no. What it is high mana means people who have no magery can cast spells if they know what they're doing.
Yes, I know, but what's the roll for it?
You have to learn it. I have the teaching skill. I'm totally willing to let people learn Ignite Fire if they want to learn it, or Create Fire.
Do they have to spend XP on the spell?
Yes.
Okay, so everybody can get a free spell lesson from Muriala, effectively, on how to cast spells, and you can do it without buying up magery. That applies to everybody.
That sounds like
XP.
that's not going to be useful usually.
Whenever you guys enter a high mana area...
Oh, yeah, like, learning these two spells puts you pretty close to the ability to cast Fireball.
What's the XP cost?
1 per spell, it's 2 XP total.
Sure.
It'll take you... Well, how long does it take to learn them?
Izzy, how long does it take to learn them with your special rules?
How long does it take normally?
400 hours.
Well, fuck that. I'm gonna say probably, like, 5 days in this world practicing.
I'm gonna teach everyone who wants to how to create ignite fire on anything and create fire so that you can keep your goddamn selves warm.
I don't know. Uncle Scrooge doesn't like us messing with magic.
It's simple. It's just altering reality based on certain physical rules.
Like, that's not his worry about it.
What's his worry about it?
He says that it's a shortcut for hard work.
You think learning how to cast magic isn't hard work?
I mean, I guess.
Alright, Webby, I'm gonna teach you how to enchant. It's gonna take you like 4 months.
Meanwhile, because of the arguing, the ship starts teetering back and forth. Who's still on this damn thing?
You broke up again, Izzy.
Who's still on the ship?
I think C-3PO and R2-D2.
And Dr. Goodboy.
Yeah.
If you want to go with the others, sir, we can handle the repairs by the time you get back.
Are you sure?
Certainly. We wouldn't want you to split up from your companions.
Very well,
Says
then.
the character is controlled by the GM.
Yeah!
Well, I will take you up on that. Here, I'll give them a radio. Please just contact me if you need anything.
They then steal our ship to find Obi-Wan without us.
Well, now that you say that... Well, somebody just rolled an 18.
So they critical fail to steal the ship.
As you let go, you hear a loud explosion, and then you hear C-3PO shout, "It's all right! We'll have it fixed in no time!"
You're gonna make Dr. Goodboy start drinking, aren't you?
John
He
Cena
has
already.
started already?
John Cena already got you to that point.
It's impressive.
All right, so this is a frigid tundra of a land, and below you guys, you can see a small village with, I guess, like, thatched huts. And part of their village has actually been hewn out of the side of one of these large mountains.
Izzy, to keep us warm on the rock down, can we get, like, a bunch of icicles?
Say that again?
I want a bunch of icicles.
For what?
Lighting them on fire to keep everyone warm.
Sure. Why not? You can do that.
Magic.
And during this, I'm going to give you a long, in-depth explanation about how, all you need to do in order to make this happen is to sufficiently overpower the element of fire and invert the element of water when you're casting. And now we have icicles that are torches.
This is so stupid.
Well, I guess it is magic, so...
This is the best spell.
Alright.
Incidentally, those flames will just light you on fire if you touch them, so, let me know when the icicle gets too small and I'll dispel it.
Or, if we get lit on fire, don't we become more powerful?
No, you become...
It's just zombies.
Okay, I mean, if I light you on fire, you'll be warm for the rest of your life.
Truer words were never spoken.
Alright.
So
Progress
what do
down
we
the
find
mountain,
as we're
through the
exploring
snow, to the village.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, this is mostly a village of humans. It looks like, relative, Inuit natives. Most of them are wearing lots of different kinds of furs to keep warm. Some of them are walking around with, spears. Others are carrying around, like the most recent, kill they've gotten and, bringing it towards a fire. Others are, weaving baskets together. Typical village life.
So... they don't seem like they have metal.
They do not. They have stones.
Well, we can ask them
This
if
is
they know
so
where metal
cool.
is.
Are you
It
guys
looks like
just...
this is a Stone Age people.
Are you guys just walking in, or are you guys actually,
Looking from a distance?
Yeah.
Distance thing.
Shouldn't we go down and talk to them, or
I don't even know if we can communicate with them.
why wouldn't we be able to communicate with them? We've
They
been
might
able to
speak a
communicate
language
with
with-
everyone else.
They
All right,
all
you make a
look-
fair point.
Alright, so what are you guys doing?
Rolling observation.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'm going to enact.
Yeah, rolling
Fetish, I
observation
guess.
sounds like a good plan.
Pass by 6. What kind of
Pass
fun
by.
stuff is going on down there?
It looks like they're getting ready for some kind of feast.
Ooh. It looks like they're gonna cook that animal they caught.
We do need food. I'm assuming you don't have, like, a pantry in your boat?
I mean,
So do we go down and talk to them now, then?
I have some food stores. Most of them were things that require a microwave.
Gee.
And I just light them on fire to cook them.
That would kind of cook it uneven.
You might also
Okay.
melt the plastic.
So I instead light the snow on fire and we cook it on a campfire.
That's not how snow works.
Points at the icicle that's on fire.
Gets a headache.
You know, I look at the burning icicle and I kind of think Scrooge might have been right.
We have gone too far.
We are become gods. Hold on a minute, let me find the link to what I am referencing.
All right. So what are you guys doing?
So
Going down to the village to say
Yeah,
hi to
going down
everyone.
to the village.
All right. As you guys get closer, some of them are painting each other's faces with some kind of berries.
Hmm.
And a young man is gonna like come and say, hello.
Lost Izzy.
Oh, gonna say greetings, strangers. What brings you to our village?
Hello. We were traveling and got stuck.
We thought that you might have food and anything that we haven't been able to find in this, gesturing at the ice.
Well, today is a sacred feast in our village. It is when the great spirits will bless the mountains with their light. All are welcome to come and join us during the feast tonight, as the shaman woman tells us of the story of our world.
Okay, yeah, that sounds interesting.
Sure.
Sure. Sounds
Awesome.
If you don't mind me asking, where are you from? I've never seen anybody quite like you before.
Duckburg.
Places.
good. Syphilis.
Work.
Is that from far across the Great Sea?
Yes.
Yes.
Probably.
Well, then you've
Little do we know that it turns out Duckburg is actually just a short walk away.
just at the bottom of the mountain, actually.
Yeah.
Well, please, come. Tanana is going to begin the stories at sunset. That way our ancestors will be touching the mountain and be able to listen in.
Ooh.
Sounds good.
I'm a little worried based off what happened during Day of the Dead, but
This is so cool. We're gonna get to sit on an ancient cultural feast.
I wonder what that thing tastes like. And also what this light may be.
Okay, so this guy's just gonna kind of, bring you guys, into the cave and, allow you all to sit down. He'll even pull up a spot for Coco, because Coco seems sentient, I'm assuming.
I don't know. I don't act that way particularly. I'll stand.
Oh, okay. Well, then he'll ask you, what kind of, grains does your beast eat?
I think someone said Grishel before?
Gershel, Coco likes also fruit, like apples.
He pulls out like a bunch of fruit and like just rubs you like in that nice little nook in your neck just the right way, Wex.
Oh, it feels good.
New favorite.
Like he crit passed.
That's the best. That is the
Enchanting creature, come, sit.
work.
Alright, do you guys have any questions for this guy?
I kind of want to see the what's his name?
What's his name?
The guy's name again?
Oh, this guy?
Yeah.
He never gave you his name because you never asked.
Who are you?
Can we know your name? Since
Oh.
nice.
I'm sorry. My name is Denahi, the last of my brothers.
The last of your brothers.
Who's typing into Google? I can hear you doing it. Don't you dare do it.
All right, fine. I probably spelled it wrong anyway. I didn't find it.
So, how many bears do we have in the area?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's my suspicion too.
Yeah.
But
Not in the immediate area. My brother saw to that many years ago.
Yeah, that's where we are.
yeah, that makes sense.
I still have not seen that movie.
I don't know how the fuck we ended up here next to it. Whatever.
Next to
I
a
have no
know
idea
where
where
we
we
are.
are.
I've never seen this movie, but I know where we are.
Would anybody like to just say where we are out loud for this for those who don't know where we are?
It's Brother Bear.
Yeah, it's Brother Bear.
It is Brother
A
Bear.
what?
It's a not great Disney movie from the early 2000s.
That has a sequel.
It has a sequel?
It
Oh,
does.
God.
Probably direct to DVD.
Yeah.
Oh, right, like all the Disney movies from the late.
Ah.
Yes.
It's better than most people give it credit for. It's not terrible, but it's not
Wait,
great.
what happened to C-3PO and R2?
They were in the
Still
ship.
on the ship.
They decided not to come.
To this planet?
They gave me very explicit orders to not split the party.
Yes.
Oddly enough, yeah.
Did we put them back on their pod and shoot them off again or something?
No, the pod broke off when you guys entered the atmosphere. In any case, so yeah, do you guys have any questions about this? Otherwise, the feast is just going to get started.
And I'm gonna ask what the thing that we're eating is, and like the
Yeah.
nature of the ritual.
Oh. He's going to say that it is some kind of wild boar that survives in the lower parts of the ice drifts.
Oh,
Ooh.
I've had boar before. Well, maybe this will be a different flavor of boar.
We smoke it very well. Or so they claim.
Very well.
Very well. And he's just going to say, and this isn't so much a festival as it is us relearning our history.
Kind of cut out there.
Oh,
Yeah, I couldn't hear anything about
oh,
that.
okay. He's saying this isn't so much this is the annual ritual where we relearn our histories.
You still broke up entirely.
All right, let's try this then. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Is this better? Test 1, 2, 3. Test.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay. He's going to say this is the annual ritual where we discuss the history of our tribe and all the major and all the major events that have led us up to this point, and highlight. And he's going to gesture at the back end of the cave wall, which is covered in handprints, red handprints, about the members of our tribe who are esteemed above all else when they became men. And you guys can make me a perception check, because apparently none of you have seen this movie.
I've seen this movie.
Pass by 6.
I have not seen this
I
movie.
have not seen the sequel.
I've also
Pass
not
by
seen
4.
I also failed my check.
Okay, so for those of you who pass, there are lots of, again, like red handprints of different sizes up on the wall. But there's one that is distinct from all the rest, because it is not a human handprint, it is that of a bear.
Oh, so there's a bear on there.
Yes,
Oh, it's after the.
yes, my
Is this
brother.
after the events of both movies, or
So your brother was a bear.
This is actually exciting since I've never seen this movie. I don't know how this is gonna go.
Well, my brother was not always a bear. My brother was like the rest of us, human. But then he learned his place in the world and decided to remain a bear. The spirits...
Where did he do this? You realize something much more interesting.
The great spirits touched him when they were on the mountain, many years ago, on this very night.
Where on the mountain?
Where the spirits touched the earth.
Yes, where? Like, is there a thing near there you can describe? How do you get there?
You climb the mountain. I don't know how to explain it any better than that.
Probably the highest peak.
Yes.
Oh,
Where the lights touch the earth.
Okay.
So wait, if we go to the highest point of the mountain, something good will happen then.
yeah, that sounds like
Oh.
Yeah, let's do that.
It is forbidden to go on top of the mountain unless you are given a quest by the shaman lady.
I just want to get a quest.
You must... Well, you wait for Tanana to show up. You have to prove yourself a man before you can even attempt to climb those cliffs.
Looks down.
How do you prove yourself a man if you're a
I'm
girl?
gonna be able to do that easily, or maybe I could.
Webby raises her hand. How do you prove yourself a man if you're a girl?
Prove yourself to be a man or a woman.
Or a duck.
Oh, okay.
This is Denahi.
Yeah, just a question. How? What does one have to do? Is it like go hunt something and kill it? A particular rite?
Everyone's quest is different. Again, they are given out by Tanana based off of what your totem is.
Ooh, I want to know what my totem is.
What is a totem?
He's going to reach into his shirt and pull out a small wooden carving.
Izzy, really specific message to you. Privately.
And how does one get a totem?
I mean, that looks like an old style fetish that you would use.
Okay, Wex, the
Yeah,
answer to
you can-
that was, I had already accounted for that.
Yay!
Like, we're just gonna sit there muttering arcane nonsense. Like, it looks like an old style fetish. I mean,
Rolling occultism, I guess.
mm-hmm.
That's 5s.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. I'm
pass
sad
by 0.
to 11.
Pass by 8.
Occultism?
Coco, Webby, and Dr. Goodboy get their spirit animal is human. Same with Basil.
Well, no, he's going to hold up his totem, and it's going to look like a small carved dog.
Occultism passed by 5?
All right,
Oh, you also rolled 3d5, not 3d6.
Yes, that's why I then rolled 3d6 after.
Oh.
Were all of these occult rolls?
Yes.
Yep.
They all passed?
Pass by 8.
Yes.
Okay. A totem means different things in different worlds. Again, the rules of the world would determine what it is. In Denahi's case, even though he's showing you a totem that looks like some sort of canine, he's clearly not a dog. He's clearly human. So this is either a symbolic representation, or you can assume it is a manifestation of his spirit.
Detect magic, does he or the totem read as anything?
Yes.
So Denahi, how does one get a totem?
Again, you have to get one from Tanana before going on your quest. And Muriel, to answer your question, yes. He appears to be very in tune with nature, and the energy that's coming off of him is also the same energy coming off of his totem.
That's interesting.
Everyone in the
Where can I meet
village
Tanana?
seems to have a similar thing.
Where can I meet Tanana?
You'll be able to meet Tanana at sunset. So in a short while, once we light the torches, she should be coming.
Good to know. This will be interesting. Is there anything we can do to help with the ceremony?
We just need to finish cooking the boar and lighting all the torches.
I guess can
Point at torch, light torch, point at torch, light torch.
Impressive. You are truly in touch with the great spirits.
Yes.
Choco eye roll.
That is definitely what I'm in touch with. Acting passes.
Coco, you've been getting more
Expressive.
uppity.
Fluff feathers. Fluff feathers at that response.
Look, we'll figure out more about what's happening with the stone after Dr. Boy fixes his ship. We can't well, okay, we could leave right now, but I'm not sure how much we'd like to leave right now.
Ooh. Yeah, you guys can leave
Considering-
right now if you want.
Well, I'm interested in this totem thing.
Actually, I have an idea. I'm gonna whim. Izzy, spit out the stone and show it to the shaman.
The shaman's not there yet.
Oh, damn it. But to the guy that seems to know a lot of stuff here. See if he knows anything.
He's going to look at it. Alright, that failed, but let me just try something real quick. Hold on. This is John Cena. Fuck me. Okay.
Did it work?
He rolled a 16 when it was rolling him. He rolled a 6 when it was when I said it was John
John
Cena.
Cena's still helping us!
He doesn't
From the grave.
He doesn't get it.
John Cena
Anyway,
is with us in spirit always.
he's in your book, so yeah. Anyway, after a while, you're gonna see a old woman with a cane kind of marching up, holding a torch with a walking stick. And and as she's marching up, like, everybody's going to be kind of looking over at her, and there are going to be a few young kids who are like really excited, running around her, and she's just going to kind of pat them on the heads, and then she's going to start marching and lead everybody into this cave with all the handprints, and everybody's going to follow her in.
Mm-hmm.
And she's actually going to make eye contact with the lot of you. And she doesn't even look surprised. She just kind of nods her head with a very warm smile on her face.
Guess I will follow along.
Following.
Follow. I don't think that needs to be said. I think we're all soon to be following.
Yeah.
Yep, this is interesting.
And she's going to say, "My tribe, welcome once again. We are at the feast where the spirits grace us with their presence as they come up upon the ancient mountain to live once again among us. And so we will celebrate our union with them, with the land, and with each other. Unfortunately, unlike in past years, this year is not a year for revelry. This is a year for caution, a year of warning, a year of preparation.
These outsiders will doom us all.
These outsiders, they will doom us all." No. Oh, hold on a second. I just got something. I'm sorry. I just caught up on all of your guys' backlog for your off topics. Good job, guys. Good job. In any case, Denahi's gonna look at you all and say, "That's Tanana, the shaman lady." Just so I can clear that up. And she's going to say, "The spirits who once graced our mountains, some of them have been fleeing, as though they do not wish to be welcome home. And when I was communing in nature, it appears as though the land has a sickness that grows each day. As though our world is slowly dying. We must be strong. We must work alongside of our ancestors who have gone before us. Work with nature and hopefully bring back the balance that our planet, that our world has once been in." So let us not feast tonight in revelry, but knowing that hard times are going to be coming upon us very soon, and that we will all have to work extremely hard to put everything back into balance. Everybody in the village is looking visibly troubled by these words.
Huh. Samira, what do you think that could mean?
I suspect it means I'm going to be casting a ritual as soon as this is done, and maybe we can ascend that. The order doesn't really matter that much.
With that, everybody is going to start eating. A few people will talk to you guys, ask you who you are, your names, why you look so funny, you know. There's not a lot of filter going on here, especially for those of you.
I look funny because I'm paler, right?
You're one of the ones who's not getting that question. You and Mute are pretty much exempt for that. Everybody else in the party is getting that question.
I give giggling children rides on myself, because I'm sure they are interested.
Yay! Giant fluffy bird!
We're eventually going to be in a world that isn't all humans, and we're going to get we're going to have to suffer. For now, we get to be the ones that are ignored.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Uriel is still very obviously, like, reaching for things with telekinesis.
What are you reaching for?
Picking out food or objects.
Tanana is going to appear by you as you do that and kind of just, like, smack your hand with her stick and say, "There's no need to use that here. You merely need to ask, and those around you will provide what you need."
Big old bird smirk at that.
Grab my own thing. Lift it up like my regular fork or spoon.
I let out a like cluck that sounds almost like a chuckle as I look.
Denahi once again rubs you in that spot that makes you feel amazing.
Oh, that's the best. I love this.
A minute.
What are you rolling?
Stuff.
You can't hide it.
Riel is going to use telekinesis on her own utensils and ask people to pass things.
Okay. Like,
I fail a general dexterity roll to eat everything that before it reaches Miriam.
Muriala, interesting and important note. As things are slowly telekinesing towards you, Tanana's just going to kind of tap her staff on the ground, and they're going to detour and start circling her before going back where they were on the table.
I try to eat a few of them before they go.
Why?
Because asking please is the most powerful kind of magic in this tribe.
Oh, I like her.
Asking my own fork to lift things up.
She's just going to kind of chuckle at you and shake her head. And then she's going to look around and try to talk to the rest of you. So are the rest of you well? It looks as though you've been very travel-worn.
Yes, we've been traveling a lot, and we had a exciting arrival on your shores.
Oh, do tell.
Well, our ship crashed and is damaged, and we were just investigating the area when we stumbled across the village and Denahi.
Well, if you wish, some of our young lads, such as Denahi, would be more than happy to help you repair your ship. I'm sure we can, drop some trees and, lash something together for you.
I mean, I think we'll be fine. But I'm very curious about these totems spirit things that Denahi was talking about?
Ah,
Never heard-
yes. When everybody in the tribe, when they find their true place as to what it means to be a part of this tribe, they have truly earned their totem, and it will guide them through the rest of their life.
So you have to be part of the tribe in order to get one.
Well, I'm sure other tribes have similar customs. It's not so much the totem itself that gives people power, it's their connection to the land. Their connection to each other. Knowing that, well, look at Denahi over there. And she points over at Denahi, who, is laughing, talking to some of the kids, telling them a story. Imagine a few years ago, he would have been stuffing his face, not talking to anybody else, and making an utter fool of himself. Since then, he has grown in wisdom and learned his place in the tribe, guiding the next generation, showing leadership, and helping those who are in need.
I will admit, I was very confused when I saw his totem.
The totems are merely a symbol, but symbols are given strength by the people that wield them. In Denahi's case, the wolf symbolizes his commitment to the pack, the tribe.
Oh, the wolf.
Yes.
Okay.
And his loyalty to those around him. Take his eldest brother, Sitka. He had the totem of a falcon, the totem of insight. And even though his time with the tribe was short, he was still able to instill much and lead both of his brothers and get them onto the path that they are on now, fulfilling their destinies and following their hearts.
And can you help someone find something like this, even if they're not a member of your tribe?
Would you mind being more specific? Again, a totem is not something you find, it is something that you earn. It is just a symbol. How do you fit into the world? How do you interact with others?
Connecting with the world is much easier than connecting with people.
There is no difference between connecting with the spirit of the world and connecting with the spirit of others.
Is there a place we can go to talk to these spirits?
Well, you are not of this tribe, so I cannot forbid you from doing so. But if you head to the peaks of these mountains, when the light touches the earth, the spirits may appear if they deem you worthy.
So when exactly does the light touch the earth?
Well, it will be late in the evening for the next 3 days.
Oh. And how long did you say it takes to get there?
Depends on the route you take.
And flying is easy, presumably.
You don't understand. Sometimes the mountains do not wish for people to reach the top.
I've had experience with that.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah, magic works like that sometimes.
Yeah, you literally have, haven't you? A dumb mountain. So, Izzy, since we're talking, and Shaman Lady is here now, I pull out the stone and kind of tug her sleeve a little and show it to
her. Where did you find this? She says, touching it, and as she touches it, it's going to, pulse once very powerfully and then remain at the same level of light intensity.
I kind of just put my head on her, just, to make contact and express emotions of, confusion, desire to know, and hope that, and wish to help.
She's going to pet your head In a
What does
very
she feel, out of curiosity?
a little concerned as she looks down at this. While I was communing with the spirits, they warned me that there was something missing in the world.
Who warned you?
The spirits did. Have you ever communed with nature?
I don't think so.
Define.
Gesture, conveying, no, I have not. Damn it, why can't I get that 5 when I want?
I mean, I've had the power of nature coursing through me before.
This stone is radiating love.
Radiating what?
Love.
Radiating lux.
Love. Love.
No, we were just gonna say it's radiating lux.
No, it's
That the source of what lux means?
No, it's radiating love. Can't you feel it?
Lark! In agreement.
And it's radiating light energy.
Says the one who doesn't know how light works.
No, I don't know how to use light. There is a difference.
Okay, well, I failed to communicate what I want to say, so I'm mostly just kind of squawking around a little bit.
Okay.
Does Coco accept the hands to try and understand what he's trying to say?
Also, welcome back, Basil.
Hi.
She's going to say, if you wish to know how to help this world and stop it from decaying, I recommend you go speak with the spirits. But before you do that, you must find one of our tribe who is the most well versed in love.
Lark?
Lastly, well, I suppose there's a way to find that, but that's probably not the love you're talking about.
So Webby, how would you describe feelings of love?
Quick question. Are we wrapping soon? Because I'm going to have to leave shortly.
Yes, we're wrapping in like 5 minutes.
Perfect.
She's going to say, the stone has strong feelings of love embedded within it. So you need to find somebody who truly understands love to its fullest.
So, love of oneself, love of one's partner, one of love's community, love of one's world.
Yes, all of those in one pure distilled love.
God damn,
Love-
this is reminding me of the LARP I played recently.
Yeah, love that knows no bounds. And there is only one in our tribe who has managed to find this sort of love. And with that, she's going to hold up her stick and point at the wall with all the handprints in it. You must go and search out Denahi's brother, Kenai. And then she's going to tap the stick on one of the handprints, and it's the one that is the bear claw. And that is where we're going to cut it.
Cool. I am excited about this direction.
I, the player, am excited. The character is very skeptical.
I am excited as
This
both
should be
player
fun.
and character, especially because I know some things.
I'm excited that we seem to have smashed together possibly the highest tech thing that Disney owns and one of the lowest tech things that still has humans.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's not true. I could have thrown you guys at the Good Dinosaur.
No, I said one of. I know it wasn't the. I know we had good dinosaurs.
And I was about to say, Good Dinosaur did try to do like a Midwestern.
It is the only dinosaur western I've ever seen.
I don't want to talk about Home on the Range.
Oh,
They knew basic agriculture.
I don't want to talk about it.
okay. So I hope you all had a good time here. My God, this went off the rails.
Serendipity, boys!
Yeah, no, like, I wasn't expecting to have to throw Star Wars in at you guys for, like, another 5 sessions. And this world I wasn't expecting you guys to get to for a while.
So Izzy, question.
We use the warp whistle.
Now that the Fox merger has actually occurred, does that mean Fox's properties now count?
I did not know that was a thing, so probably
Can
not.
we go to Alien?
I was about to say, yes.
Alien did have a Alien. Didn't Alien actually have a Disney World ride at one point?
There was an Alien.
Sort of.
It was what the Stitch ride.
Yeah, it was
used to be.
Lilo and Stitch.
I thought it was
And
the one
it
that
was
had
way
the.
cooler before it was that. I got to go on it when it was the original.
I was about to say, isn't that the one where you sit in the room and it has like the thing as?
And it's made of nightmares and terrifying children, and I loved it.
Lex, talking about cool things that no longer exist. Tokyo Disneyland's Cinderella Castle Tour.
Oh, I know. I learned about that like 2 weeks ago.
I went on it. It was great.
The Black Cauldron one?
Yes.
Oh my god, you got to see it?
Yes, I have family in Japan.
That's amazing. Is it as dark as it sounds?
Yes.
Yeah, watching a crap ton of Disney World YouTube stuff in preparation for the trip makes me sad at all.
All right. So first
by
off,
the way, Izzy, in case you missed it, apparently the YouTuber the streamer that likes to hit level 99 in Kingdom Hearts games in the prologue worlds finally pulled it off in 3.
that's a really long run of Olympus.
Yes.
Ugh.
Over
Hit
200
level
hours.
99.
In Olympus before you.
Over 200 hours.
That didn't.
Level 99 in Olympus.
Okay, I was about to say without leaving the.
But why?
Because he did the same exact thing on Destiny Island and Twilight Town.
Because he could.
Because he hates himself.
Yeah. All right. So, first off, +1 XP to everybody.
Okay.
This seemed like a very good plot moving forward thing, and you guys got a few revelations, but like outside of a few critical failures, I don't know what else really happened in this session.
Critical failures.
Critical failures, yeah.
A lot of discussions.
A lot of fun discussions.
Yes.
So yeah, +1 XP for
How
everybody.
much did you say?
Just 1. And now we're going to do with the question, and we will roll for this as per usual. So the first person to tell me, again, any one of these questions, what you learned, what your character learned, what you the player learned, what your character is looking forward to, or what you the player are looking forward to. First person is going to be Dr. Boy.
Well, I learned that me crashing this ship is starting to become a capital P thing.
I mean, you took what I was going to say for what we learned, so...
Both, I am very excited out of character to know that getting the Force is possibly a thing that can be done. And I want to learn about these spirits. I want to, because I'm trying to find the intersections between magic and tech and spirits and all this stuff.
You have given
how to make it work for me.
All right, +1. Next up on the list is Orion Shiro.
Well, let's see. I learned that Izzy is a gigantic troll and gave us Star Wars this early.
You can always come back later.
We could. I am really looking forward to how our discussion with the spirits goes, especially mine. Those are the main things going on for me right now. A lot of stuff was happening around me that I didn't care too much about.
Okay.
For reasons.
+1 to Shiro. Next up is Webby.
So I learned that Magica committed regicide and killed a dude.
Yep, that was a thing.
and then use some kind of Sanskrit and other magical rune to teleport to another world. So that's fun. She can travel between worlds, apparently. I learned that Muriella is not very good at science, but she's willing to teach me magic, which might be fun.
Great at alchemy. What is this science thing you're talking about?
And the light is going to touch the top of the mountain, and I would really love to climb to the top of this mountain because the last mountain didn't let me get to the top.
Did you ask it nicely?
All right.
Oh, and Dr. Boy is about as good of a pilot as Launchpad.
+1. All right.
You know, at this rate, I think Launchpad might actually be better.
Mute.
Let's see. So Star Wars. Yep. Things are going to become a mess, I'm pretty sure. Where we are going to go on spirit vision quests, try to learn how to be Jedis, etc., etc. We also apparently can't land the ship. Ever.
To be fair, it's better that you fail the landing roll instead of the flying roll.
It's true.
All right, take a +1, Sean. All right, next up is...
How much was the base that we were getting for this one?
1 for base and 1 for the question. This is Basil's turn. Devin. Devin?
I'm just about whatever killed the king. Both in character. And what's the third thing usually?
What you, the player, are looking forward to learning.
I guess we're expedition.
Okay. All right, take a +1, Devin. Next up, odds and evens. Muriella.
So, I mean, Magica honestly is exactly as bad as I thought she was, which is the first thing. No shock, no surprises there. There's this weird other alchemy that sounds interesting, but also doesn't check out. Like, no, there's just 5 elements, guys. It doesn't make any sense for there to be more than. More importantly, though, Lux is love. Highly suspicious of this, but curious. He also really wants to know what the deal with this spirits thing is and what it will even show her, and is actually really happy about teaching magic to other people, even if she doesn't show it as well.
Alrighty, take a +1. And last but not least, Coco Wex. I believe you were the only standout at this point.
So, I don't know if this was a question, but I am glad to be gone from Black Cauldron, Gummy Bear World, mostly because even my patience for Terran was running out, and I was really close to just kicking him in the head and knocking him out. Just so I didn't have to hear him say I'm a warrior one more time.
You guys have you wait till you guys get back to the ship, and R2's like, we found this stowaway.
Swear to God, stop trying to make me break character. Anyways, so that's something I'm glad that happened, because we're gone from that world. As much as I'd love to see the Gummy Bears again. I'm very excited that I'm finding out what this stone's all about, and got to completely derail the plot to do so. And I'm really excited to do stuff with spirits, to do something I chatted with Izzy that I'm not going to say yet. That's awesome about this world that I can do. And, man, I want to know what I'm like on gummy berry juice.
That's a good question.
I'm glad somebody remembered that.
Well, that was how I was going to get down the mountain until you said we could just do it.
Oh, yeah, that would have been a way to do it.
I was gonna have everyone pile on me and just see if I can bounce my way down.
Yep. Oh my goodness. All aboard the Chocobo chain. Choo choo!
Why do you think I took them all?
I recommend not drinking them all at once. Bad things will happen. Alright. +1, Wex. Alright, and now we come to the vote.
Bum bum bum.
Let's see, what's a good question? Alright. I have the vote for you. There's your vote, gentlemen.
Why are we here?
Why are we here?
So we're voting for a person to answer that question.
Whose fault is that?
Okay,
I
whose
forget,
fault
has
is it that
anyone-
we're here?
I forget of similar. It's for the Why Are We Here? Has anyone else seen the fake Minesweeper movie?
Yes.
Nope.
There's
Why
a
are we
trailer
even
for this.
here? Who even
So
put
what?
these
Protect
lines?
people. No, why are you really here? Because I'm bored.
And don't you ever forget it.
I mean, I feel like there's two choices here, but
I
Yeah.
want to make this land safe.
We can't vote for ourselves, right?
You cannot vote for
There are
yourself.
only two choices here.
It's a bit of a loaded question.
Right?
Yeah.
If everybody feels this is loaded, I actually have a better one now.
Okay.
Yeah, do
Let's
do
do
it.
both of them. Both
Okay.
of them.
Oh yeah, two votes.
Okay,
Do both.
I was going to do it too. All right, vote. Or has anybody not voted yet?
Me.
Okay, just type it up, and when you're ready, I will say go.
Type
Okay.
it.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Vote in 3, 2, 1, go. One vote for Coco.
Looks like
Dr.
Coco
Gold.
wins by one.
Coco wins.
Coco +1.
Work.
Unfortunately, we have an odd number of people.
Yep. Next up, second question.
Oh, well, it sounds like a long one. Oh, that's a hard question.
Who deserves to punt Taran the most? Who deserves?
Deserves it, huh?
Phew.
I know who I'm voting for.
It has to be someone in the party, right?
If you don't want to vote for somebody in the party, that's fine.
Oh, we can vote for someone not in the party?
You can vote for anybody you want. Just note that it's not if it's going to be a null and void vote.
I mean, the answer is absolutely the princess, but or queen now.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Oh no!
We know what we're all thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one correct answer, but I'm gonna.
I'm voting for someone in the party.
Alright,
I
yeah.
want to give someone in the party the experience points. And
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Is ever.
Hold on.
All right, here's what I'll have you do. Vote for the actual thing you want to have it count as the vote, and then you guys can put a slash and who actually deserves it.
Okay, so the actual deserving and afterward.
Yeah. All right, when you guys are done, I see several people typing. Now only a few people are typing. All right, see no one else typing. Vote in 3, 2, 1, go. No one spelled John Cena correctly. This is how you spell his name.
I believe
Okay, so I have a problem with everyone voting for like Mute and Coco. Did you forget that Taryn gave Basil up to the cats?
I don't think I was there. I also
I
don't
did forget that, but
Yeah, I didn't. I wasn't thinking about that.
I thought Webby having to be his training montage and him failing was stronger than that.
Also,
it was a
to
tie for Mute and Coco.
I
be fair,
remember
I
Muriel
was-
having.
be fair, I was, I think, asleep at that point and had left the game, so I don't remember that happening.
I thought Coco had to deal with it a little bit more than just
Alright.
that one incident, so that's why I did Coco
So +1 to Mute and
and Coco.
+1 to Coco.
Coco's cleaning up.
Mm-hmm.
Coco will end with twice as many points as the rest of us.
Trust me, this is a good thing. I can make a certain thing easier.
I know.
I'm starting to accumulate a lot of points.
What?
I refuse to spend them until I get the thing I want.
Flight.
I could buy flight at any point with the way I do flight, which would have been hilarious going down the mountain.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I am waiting for the day where my special thing triggers.
You and me both, Sean. You and me
I
both.
know.
Oh, I'm waiting for the day also. It's gonna be fun.
You have like a secret trigger we're just waiting for.
A lot of you
I mean-
have secret somethings.
Yeah.
The thing is, I love it because some of your stuff has triggered already and you guys just haven't realized it yet. I'll give that to you guys.
Mm-hmm. Izzy, do we functionally wind up getting a day for training?
You guys can take as much time as you want right now.
I'm not letting anyone have time.
But just remember that the spirits will only be around on the mountaintops for the next 3 days.
But Lex, I'm so sad that Coco no
Izzy,
longer
I'm more
likes
mad at the time it took us to
Arian.
leave here and like eat dinner and sleep tonight.
Yeah, you terrify me.
Yes.
How? I mean, outside of the one Taryn thing.
No, there's nothing in you.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, sure.
Alright. With that, I hope everybody had a good time. And we will pick this up next week.
Alright.
I'll see you on Friday, Izzy.
Oh god, yes you will.
I will see you guys on Friday. as well.
You too, Sean.
I'm disappointed in all of you that are not going to be involved in masks.
I'm
to be
sorry.
fair,
I'm
one of them-
sorry. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, guys. I can't be involved in masks. I'm sorry.
that's not his fault.
I wish I could, but I had a prior commitment.
I
I've
know.
played it before.
I know. And Dan, you have no excuse.
I mean, I'm working, but sure.
That's a bad excuse. That's a bad excuse. That's the weakest excuse here.
You're the worst excuse.
I have to save my PTO.
You could just go Saturday and Sunday.
But I'm
Yeah,
working
they're-
on Sunday.
Oh, you have work on Sunday?
Yep.
I'm sorry.
It's lame. Take the day off.
I need to save my PTO. I'm going to Florida at the end of the month.
You can be sick. Cough, cough.
Alrighty. Well, I'm going to stop the recording now. And next time, everybody, next time, experience more Kingdom Hearts, the RPG, Death by Waking. Meh.
Too bad I want to see this animated as a comic now.
Not at all. That
We
sounds
could probably find somebody to do that.
I just want to find someone to listen to these episodes and draw a comic of these adventures. I feel like that's the most appropriate medium.
That is the most appropriate medium. It's going to be great. Why did
Mhm.
that right?